water down there?
Yeah,
Is it
there's
all,
a
is it all the way to the very, very end? Or?
almost Doing that thing again. Hello, KYFM. Can you hear us? There you are. Got that pregame show started?
Don't forget, fans, you have a chance to support Folds of Honor's mission of providing scholarships to the families of our military heroes. Head down to the Folds of Honor tents on each side of the stadium before halftime. Make sure you're there before halftime to make a donation, and you could have a chance to compete to win the 2020 Jeep Gladiator during tonight's game.
Welcome to Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. This is home. Across 27 school sites that cover 115 square miles, you'll find excellence lives here. Let me show you why.
We embrace the responsibility of our calling.
Being a teacher is what I was born to do. There's no greater honor than shaping the next generation.
My job is to make sure our schools are safe, so our students feel comfortable to learn. I was born to serve.
We are passionate about learning.
Here at Broken Arrow High School, we have over 200 electives.
29 AP courses and 5 pre-AP courses.
And career pathways to prepare each student for life beyond BA.
We consistently seek new ways to lead and follow our students into the future. Whether it's Oklahoma's first girls wrestling program or finding new ways to teach our kids, we will never apologize for being bold and doing what's right. We are a student-focused, relationship-driven school district. We're teaching kids so much more than just the core subjects. It's important for us to serve our students with kindness, compassion, and empathy. We know that every day we have a chance to create a moment that can change someone's life forever.
We celebrate and find strength in our diversity.
Championship teams don't have 120 players that are exactly the same. It takes people with different skill sets from different walks of life all coming together for that common goal.
Our story is just getting started. How will you write the next chapter?
If you're new here, let us know.
I don't know what to do.
Stop breaking it. I'm literally holding it. I pull it back up.
Okay, we've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. Is there anything else I can do for you today, Rambo? Yes. All right. Well, I wish you the best of luck on the game tonight. Go Rams!
Okay, team, First Bank's 2020 strategic marketing plan. Who has ideas? Rambo. That's a brilliant idea. That's why we have you on our team, Rambo.
What just happened?
Can you hear it? It's the sound of hope and health and strength. It's the sound of compassion, of open doors, where people and machines are in tune and miracles occur. It's the sound of personalized healthcare and active communities. It sounds like life, and it's what you hear when you really listen.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
Hi, I'm Dr. Naveen Kalambia, orthopedic surgeon with Tulsa Bone and Joint in Owasso. The big thing is that we're here, we're local, and our goals are to provide a quick appointment, but spend time with each patient to explain everything that's going on. We are the official physicians of the Owasso Rams, but we're real excited and very proud to serve the community in Owasso and the surrounding area. Tulsa Bone and Joint obviously has a great reputation in the region. We bring all of that power here to Owasso.
Hey, Tiger fans, time for the Matthews Ford Keys to the Game. I'm Charlie Hanneman with Steve Spavital. And Spav, what's important for the Tigers tonight?
Well, I think, first of all, we need to control our penalties, and we definitely need to control our communication errors. That's so important. It can be amplified in a game like this. Number two, we have to be efficient on first down. It's so important because it helps us with getting first downs. It helps a lot with our third down conversions. And thirdly, we just need to let our defense play up to expectation. They're playing well. Our D-line is improving. They're making tackles. And we're just really doing an outstanding job of creating turnovers.
With Steve Spavital, I'm Charlie Hanneman. This has been your Matthews Ford Keys to the Game.
In accordance with this policy, we would ask that you refrain from using any form of tobacco products or e-cigarettes on campus this evening. We thank you for your cooperation in helping us provide a safe, healthy environment for all of our guests at tonight's...
More fantastic music just for you.
All the time.
We're your soundtrack for Broken Arrow High School.
I'm talking about...
There's a term I love in life, synchronicity. I define that as chance with a purpose. And one fateful night, my life would change forever. I was flying from Chicago here to Grand Rapids, Michigan. It was United Flight 664. Finally get on this airplane, I walk through first class, and I see this kid catches me off guard because he's a corporal sitting in dress army greens. And I go sit in coach, and about an hour and a half or so later, we land in Grand Rapids, Michigan. As we pull up to the gate, the captain comes over, the PA, and says that we have an American hero on board. And my mind immediately jumps to this kid in first class, right? I was like, what did he do? I'd just gotten back from my second tour of duty in Iraq, flying the F-16, and he continues, the captain, by informing us that we are carrying the remains of Corporal Brock Buckland on this flight. And his identical twin brother, Corporal Brad Buckland, was in first class and has brought him those 7,000 miles home. Captain makes another request that everybody stay in their seats until his remains are removed from the right cargo hold. And that night I watched The Other Side of War. As I looked out on the tarmac, the Bucklands on the darkest night of their lives. The thing that really got me, though, was his 4-year-old son. Sat right below the cargo ramp as that American flag draped coffin inched out. And the finality of the sacrifice hit me. The reality is that this young boy would never play catch with his dad again. He would never be tucked in at night. And that term freedom isn't free, doesn't mean anything until I witnessed that. And as the ceremony finishes itself up, I wipe away my tears, right, and I grab my backpack and I look back to the airplane, only to see that more than half the plane had gotten off. No place to go, except that blanket of freedom we'll all sleep under each and every night, courtesy of 1% of this country that suits up every day, willing to defend and pay the ultimate sacrifice for the other 99%. And that was my moment of synchronicity. I knew with every fiber of my being that God had called me on a mission.
We got what we need. Sorry, man. That's fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the flags of the service branches of the United States of America are members of the Broken Arrow Air Force Junior ROTC. Carrying the U.S. Army flag is Cadet James Horner. Carrying the U.S. Coast Guard flag is Joseph Hicks. Carrying the U.S. Air Force flag is Cadet Trenton Hayes. Carrying the U.S. Navy flag is Cadet Lorenzo Montoya. And carrying the U.S. Marine Corps flag is Cadet Colton Kerr. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The motto of Folds of Honor is honor their sacrifice, educate their legacy. In support of that noble mission, tonight's rivalry game has been rebranded as the Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl. Though Owasso and Broken Arrow are rivals, we all stand united behind America's heroes. In tribute of our troops, please enjoy these pregame festivities by the Pride of Owasso and Pride of Broken Arrow. We now invite all who have served in the United States Armed Forces to please stand for your respective service song as the Pride of Owasso salutes our veterans with the Armed Forces Medley. Guard. United States Air Force. The United States Navy. The United States Marine Corps.
My name is Master Sergeant Ken Simpson. I'm currently assigned to the Menu Sustainment Brigade, which is out of Little Rock, Arkansas. I am currently stationed in Kabul, Afghanistan, with a small team there, basically working as advisors. So that's basically what I'm doing. I get 2 weeks of leave, so I'm home now. We're going to surprise my son, Levi, who is in the assembly right now on the other side of this wall. And then afterwards, we're going to go surprise my daughter at her school. Hey, bud. How you doing? Oh, you okay? Okay. You excited? Yeah. Want to build some Legos?
Mm-hmm. It's hard. I mean, it's parenting alone. You know, taking care of everything alone and things that he would normally do, I have to do. And they do a lot of activities, so our evenings are pretty crazy and hectic.
Today we're going to take you out of school so you can hang out with me all day.
Don't forget, fans, you have a chance to support Folds of Honor's mission of providing scholarship to the families of our military heroes. Head on down to the Folds of Honor tents on each side of the stadium before halftime to make a donation. You could have a chance to compete to win a 2020 Jeep Gladiator during tonight's game.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
I don't know. That one covers the whole field. Right to you, Brock. Appreciate it, Dan.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to stand and remove your hats, and that all veterans and current military men and women in or out of uniform salute the flag of the United States of America, as the colors are presented by the Broken Arrow High School Air Force Junior ROTC, under the direction of Lieutenant Colonel Walter Gagayeski. Commanding the color guard and carrying the American flag is Cadet Savannah Romine. Carrying the Oklahoma flag, Cadet Blake Fuller. The guards are Cadet Christopher D'Souza and Cadet Joshua Barton. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let our voices rise together as one nation under one flag and honor America by joining with the pride of Broken Arrow in singing our national anthem, conducted today by Dr. Kelly Pence. Please remain standing this evening until the flags have been retired.
Fib, I wish you could have seen what we just saw during the pregame here at Tiger Memorial Stadium on the campus of Broken Arrow High School. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry, Rob Williams, Travis Dunn, we're all here tonight as we take part in this Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl. And Steve, they had an American flag that encompassed the entire football field, and then one of the coolest flyovers that I think we've seen. You took pictures. I'm going to borrow those and put those on InsideOwasso.com. I'll give Mowry Funeral Home a break on their advertising this month.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that, Grant, you see that and you think you're ready for it, but it's certainly an emotional time. I know the other day I happened to be having lunch at the Patriot Golf Club with some friends, and at 1 o'clock at 1300 hours every day, they play taps and then they ring the bells 13 times as in honor of all our service members. And as we came out on the patio from dining and saluted the flag, it was just a real emotional moment to look past the flag at half-staff downtown Tulsa at the skyscrapers and just try to imagine the thoughts. And my thoughts went out to the families that lost loved ones that day, the first responders, and everyone involved in that. So it's been a real, a very prideful week for our nation, but also a very emotional week. And you're right, seeing that big flag going from the 10-yard line to the 10-yard line and then the flyover, that'll make a person lumpy-throated if they have a pulse at all.
Well, we'll put some of those pictures up here later this evening and definitely get that up so that you can see what we saw here at Memorial Stadium tonight. But we've got football that we have to talk about because we've got a great game ahead of us between the number 2 Owasso Rams and the number 1 Broken Arrow Tigers. Both teams getting ready to take the field here momentarily. And as we take a look at our Duralast Roofing starting lineups, for the Owasso Rams, it's our normal crew on offense. Cole Duggar in at quarterback tonight. His receivers, Peyton Lusk, Trey Goins, Keelan Carney. Mario Kirby starting at tight end tonight. Up at left tackle, it'll be Hudson Mosby. Left guard, Logan Ledbetter. Alan Carey starting at center tonight. Grayson Isaac at right guard, and Dylan Gilbert at right tackle. On the defensive side of the football, you'll have Hayden Grant starting out on the side there in the defensive end position. In the second defensive end position, Andre King. Defensive tackles, Michael Jamberson and Caleb Nealis, as Cameron Bland will not play tonight. Dawson Adams in at outside linebacker. You've got Ahmad Triplett and Brenda Dye, both in the linebacker positions, and they are both wearing single-digit numbers tonight. That's one thing you'll hear Bill Blankenship talk a little bit about during the season, is that when a player earns a single-digit number, it's because they've earned it. They've done well in the football season, and they've been able to earn that as kind of a thumbs up from their teammates. Also starting, Tristan Profit and Gage Laney in the safety positions, and at cornerback it'll be Deuce Mayberry and Omar Barker. For the Broken Arrow Tigers tonight, they at quarterback will start Jake Raines. His running back will be Jalen Johnson. Taking a look at some of the other positions that they're starting, at tight end will be Caleb Gamble. At right tackle, Andrew Rame tonight. Right guard, Ryan Chapman. At center, Trevor Burkhartsmeyer. I think his last name may have 26 letters, Steve. I'm not sure.
So.
Adam Yancey starting at left guard, and Nate Burkhartsmeyer is going to be starting in that left tackle position tonight. So a lot of names that we haven't heard before on the Broken Arrow side, and that's kind of one thing that we talked about with Bill Blankenship in the pregame. You'll remember, Steve, is that, Broken Arrow, it's a lot of different names and different faces, but the quality of those positions always stays the same from year to year.
Well, it's a system, and under David Alexander, that system involves physicality. They like to flex their muscles up front, and they can certainly do that with some of the linemen that they have on that offensive line. That they are big, and they move a lot of people out of the way, and it starts with Andrew Rame, the University of Tulsa commit at 6'5", 290-pound senior, also plays baseball. They can run the ball, but Grant, do not be distracted from the fact that Isaiah Keller on the outside has blazing speed. Broken Arrow doesn't throw the ball a lot, but when they do, they like to stretch the field. They like to go long, and it's going to be fun to see Deuce Mayberry and Omar Barker try to match up with him with help by Gage Laney over the top.
And, of course, both of our teams getting ready to take the field. The Broken Arrow Tigers have their tunnel set up, and they're about to do the run-through on their side, and we are awaiting the first appearance of the Owasso Rams. Their assistant coaches just took the sidelines. Here comes Broken Arrow onto the field carrying an American flag as well as their Broken Arrow Tigers flags that spell out Tigers. I think I got that right.
Which is Tigers.
Yeah. We did learn how to spell at elementary school. So, and of course, they are coming onto the field. We're awaiting Owasso. They're probably taking just another moment before they make their entrance. But, Steve, let's go over your First Assembly of God Keys to Victory tonight. Brought to you by Owasso First Assembly, where you can get keys to victory every week with their 10 o'clock or 10:30 services in their new building at Owasso First Assembly, 129th Street and 96th, or online at OwassoFirst.com.
Well, you and I, Grant, have talked to Coach Blankenship throughout the week, and when you come into Broken Arrow, as we have alluded to, it's physical. It's going to start at the line of scrimmage. You got to stuff the running game of Broken Arrow, which the Rams did a fantastic job in that playoff game, that semifinal matchup, as they fell 10-7 to the Broken Arrow Tigers. But everyone thought that the Tigers were just going to come in and push the Owasso Rams around. They did not happen. Defensive coordinator Bobby Klink's going to have to come in with a fantastic game plan here this evening. Also, you've got to watch the matchups on the outside. As we mentioned, Isaiah Keller going up against the blue chip corners of Owasso, and it's going to be interesting to see how does Isaiah Jacobs respond to this defense, a defense by Broken Arrow that only allowed under 100 yards total yardage last week against the Union Redskins, a 14-0 game down at Union Tuttle. The Rams have got to move the ball up front. They've got to move the chains. I'm not so interested in the big play as we are trying to move the chains and keep their defense on the field. And then lastly, of course, it comes back to a game, a lot of stuff going on, Grant, a lot of distractions. And with all that going on, it's great. We appreciate what both school administrations have done. Now it's time to play football as the Rams get ready to come out onto the field. And oddly enough, tonight, because of the Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl, the Rams will be in all red in their home uniform. The Tigers will be in all black with their home uniform. So a matchup that you don't typically see in high school as far as home uniforms being worn on the road. Just going to be a lot of fun here tonight.
And here they come. The Rams are on the field, and we're about a minute away from kickoff. We'll take a 60-second timeout and be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football, presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM. For the Owasso Rams tonight, as the opening coin toss is taking place right now as we speak. For those of you watching on the Owasso Sports Network, you're down on the field with them as Brock Crawford is down there with the camera, and you may see the coin toss before we do from way up here in the booth. But Owasso will be moving from right to left on the radio dial tonight. They'll defend against the south end zone, moving from south to north. Broken Arrow moving from left to right or north to south. Of course, we're in the press box at Memorial Stadium, which faces east and away from the sun, which is a very good thing this evening.
Rams win the toss and defer to the Broken Arrow Tigers, and they have elected to receive the opening kickoff.
So Owasso, again, will kick from right to left, and Broken Arrow will receive from left to right as we get ready for this big game, this monumental occasion, and it's the biggest show on the radio tonight as the biggest stage in Class 6A football is right here. And, of course, this is another night, another big rivalry game, Jinx and Union taking place down the road, Steve. But this one, by the number of TV vans that are parked in this parking lot, I think this one may take the cake as far as billing tonight.
Yeah, a lot of coverage here this evening, as I think a lot of people expect at this juncture, based upon last season, the first couple of games, and what we've seen from Jinx and Union, this could be a possible preview of an eventual state championship. So a lot of stuff riding on this ball game, and both teams want to come out and play well. It's going to be important for the first team that gets the first score and punches the other team in the mouth.
Both of these teams with a lot of energy tonight. Back deep to receive for the Broken Arrow Tigers is going to be Marion Horn. And he will also send back Jalen Johnson, moving from left to right tonight, as Jalen Johnson is going to set up shop at about the 9-yard line, awaiting the kick from the Owasso Rams as they tee it up at the 40-yard line, getting ready to kick it from right to left, as we mentioned. And this one is just about underway here in Broken Arrow tonight. As we come to the top of the hour, you're listening to KYFM Bartlesville, KYFM HD1 Bartlesville. And this one is underway. Here's the kick. It is short. It's going to be fielded at about the 31-yard line. He'll take it to the 40, up to the 45. Brought down at the 46 is going to be Isaiah Keller, name we called plenty last year for the Broken Arrow Tigers.
Yeah, also an outstanding baseball player for the Broken Arrow Ball Club. But dangerous speed. I'm not sure that's really the guy we want receiving the football on the kickoff.
1st and 10, Broken Arrow at the 45-yard line. Their starting quarterback, as we mentioned, is Jake Raines, 5'11", 170 pounds. And we'll see what they can do right here. Under center, 2 men behind him. Fakes a handoff and drops back to throw. Raines slings it up the right side of the field. Overthrows his receiver by about 10 yards. And that one was aimed for, I believe, Torrey Dillard.
Yeah, he went down about 15 yards and cut in, and the quarterback threw a long stretch play, so there was just no one in the neighborhood. So an empty first down for the Tigers, 2nd and long, here in the opening moments of this football game.
From the 45, Jake Raines with one back set behind him, and a man split to each side. Raines calling his play here as he shouts to his line. Now dropping back, handing off.
Great
First man
job.
through is going to get up to about the 47-yard line, no further. So maybe a gain of 2 to 3 yards on the play to bring up 3rd down and 8.
Brendan Dye did a fantastic job coming up and filling the hole right at the line of scrimmage. And this is an opportunity for a 3 and out, 3rd and 8 for the Broken Arrow Tigers. Rams got an opportunity to get their defense off the field and get the first possession of their football.
Broken Arrow's first touch of the ball game, or first series of downs here, is now they'll line up in the gun, and Jake Raines gets ready to take the snap. He's got twins out to the left, one man close in to the right. Raines drops back and throw. He's in trouble at the 40. He gets to the 50, down to the 45-40, ran out of bounds near the 32-yard line. No flag thrown, even though we thought what we saw was holding, but they're going to go on ahead and give them a first down. Broken Arrow moving up those chains just 56 seconds into this ball game.
Yeah, I thought we had an opportunity there on the left defensive end. It looked like we had good containment there, and as the quarterback took off, just unable to break away and make a play. I believe that was Cole Creekmore that time, and Rams miss a chance there as they'll line up 1st and 10 at their own 35.
11:04 left to play here. Raines handing off, first man through, gets up to the 30-yard line. On the run there is going to be Dustin Kidd. He'll get up to about the 31, I believe.
Omar Barker, Brendan Dye, and Ahmad Triplett in on the tackle for Owasso. So nice gang tackling going on right there. About a 4-yard gain on that play.
2nd and 6, Broken Arrow with twins split to the left. That's Dillard and Keller. Now getting ready to take the snap is Raines. Offset eyes, he hands off to the tailback. He'll get up to about the 22 on the run. And that is going to be Jalen Johnson. They wear the same number. Jalen Johnson moving down to the 22-yard line. So they'll move up those chains for another Broken Arrow first down.
Yeah, Caleb Needus in on tackle, but that time, Grant, just a lot of push up front by this Broken Arrow offensive line, and that's what you got to expect. You got to be careful when you send your blitz packages, and they're going to go double tight ends here, and everything is tight.
Single back set behind the quarterback, Rains. Handoff again to Jalen Johnson. He'll get down to the 21-yard line. Gain of about 6 on the play, so that should bring up 2nd and 4.
Dawson Adams in initially to trip him up for a moment, but he's able to lean forward and get down inside the 20 before he's tackled there again by Nealis. So seeing this Ram defensive line on their heels a little bit here, they're going to have to make a play and get a stop as we're looking at 2nd and 4.
9:39 left to play, no score. Shotgun formation with twins to the left, one man split to the right as Rains gets set to take it off the right hash mark. He'll take the snap, handing off. Johnson trying to bust through, gets to the 10, down to the 5-yard line, maybe as far as the 3-yard line. So that's going to bring up 1st and goal now for Broken Arrow.
Yeah, and we got a Ram down on the play. That is Michael Jamerson, a 6-foot, 265-pound sophomore. It looks like he's holding his elbow, and Ram defensive line just getting moved around on the inside right now.
So they're going to tend to him. He's going to receive from some attention. We'll remind you tonight's game brought to you by our friend John Cash and the folks at Trails Inn Barbecue, always one of the biggest supporters of Rams football, and they invite you to come out for breakfast with Coach B every Wednesday morning. That is bright and early at 7 o'clock a.m. That's the earliest I've seen Steve out and about. But, of course, it's a great way for you to get a very good inside look at what's happening in the world of Ram football. While they tend to this injury timeout, we'll take a 30-second break and be back right after this. 9:22 left in the first quarter. No score here in Broken Arrow. This is the Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl and Owasso Rams football on 100.1 KYFM. No score here in the Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl at Tiger Memorial Stadium in Broken Arrow. Michael Jamerson, the injured Owasso Ram, being taken off the field under his own power. He's walking fine. Looks like he's going to be able to shake off whatever injury he might have had there. 1st to goal from the 3-yard line, Steve, and this is where Owasso really has to turn up the defensive pressure.
Got to try to hunker down there on the inside and get a stop. I can guarantee that they're going to try to run the football here initially as they go to the I formation inside the 5.
Rains under center, ready to take the snap here. Handoff to the tailback. He'll try to bust through, and they stopped him at the 2-yard line.
Dawson Adams shooting off the left side into the backfield, able to trip up the running back before he's able to get any momentum. They brought a tight end behind the right tackle and moved him, and also the fullback behind that tight end, and tried to go jumbo on the right side, but a good defensive stand there by the Rams.
We need 2 more of those stops right there. So let's see what we can do here is again. It's going to be 1st and goal, 2-yard line, I formation once again. Cole Creekmore dotting the I as back under center is Rains. Handoff, first man through. I think they're going to stop him. Did he get in? He's down at the goal line. He's awfully close. They're pulling everybody off of him, and he's down.
They stopped his momentum, forward progress.
Oh, man.
Even though as he tried to spin and get into the end zone, the ball was slapped away, but the referee had already called him down. So we're down at about third and the 6-inch line.
3rd and millimeters.
At best.
That's about what we're looking at here. Eagle Eye Rob Williams probably has a measuring stick from up here, being the engineer that he is. So, again, 3rd and millimeters here as Rains is under center. He'll take the snap, hand off, first man through, gets into the end zone, touchdown, Broken Arrow, and that is going to be Eli Hewitt on the run for the first score of the ball game. So Broken Arrow takes a 6-0 lead here at the 7:47 mark, Steve.
Well, they had an opportunity to get off the field on that third down, Grant, and they let the quarterback get loose, and that continued this drive. And the Tigers able to go ahead and extend this drive in for a touchdown, the opening score of the ballgame.
They'll try to kick the extra point here with 7:47 left to play. The kick is up. It's through the uprights and good. It's 7-0. Broken Arrow leading with 7:47 left to play in the first quarter. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back for the kickoff right after this. This is the Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl, driven by the Jim Glover Auto family. Owasso Ram football on 100.1 KYFM.
Score with 7:47 to go in the first quarter. Broken Arrow 7, Owasso 0.
Glad to take a quick break and from the football action. And we'll be at Union, or at home against Union, in 2 weeks. So that's going to be a great night of football. I believe we may have Rejoice on next week in place of the off week, but we'll talk about that. He earned that single digit, and he'll set up shop at about the 7-yard line.
Well, the Rams are just going to have to come out and respond, put together a drive of their own. Broken Arrow didn't do anything fancy. In fact, they came out and did exactly what we thought they were going to do. They are who we thought they were.
Right.
And, they just ran the ball down the field. They tried that one pass. I think they only attempted 7 passing opportunities last week, completing 4. But that's just not their MO. And that pass that was incomplete is what gave the Rams a chance to get off the field, but unfortunately was unable to contain the quarterback. He gets out to the right side and runs for the first down, and they just kind of 4, 5, and 6 yarded us all the way back into the end zone.
This will be Owasso's first touch of the football tonight. As Broken Arrow tees it up at the 40-yard line. Again, Adams and Barker back deep to receive at the 5, and we are ready to get this thing resumed here at the 7:47 mark. Again, if you're just joining us here on KYFM, Broken Arrow leading at 7-0 early in this one. The kick way back into the end zone. That'll be a touchback to set up Owasso with a 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
So Cole Duggar will lead his group out onto the field, also Isaiah Jacobs. And it'll be interesting to see what Coach Blankenship chooses tonight as his game plan. You got weapons in the backfield. You got weapons at tight end, weapons at the wideouts. You got an accurate quarterback who has not thrown an interception on the season so far. So early in the ball game, let's see how the Rams respond.
1st and 10, Owasso. Twins out to each side of the line here. Cole Duggar ready to take it off the right hash mark. He hands it off to his ball carrier, and he just absolutely gets drilled at the line of scrimmage as he had rolled out to the right there, and he met a wall of defenders. And they may give him forward progress to about the 22, Steve.
Now that's very generous because it didn't look like there was much out there, and the wideouts, if we're going to run that stretch play from sideline to sideline, going to have to block better to make room on the outside.
Twins out to the left, one man to the right. Cole Duggar spinning to the left as he slings it into the hands of Keelan Carney at the 30-yard line. Up to the 35, he'll get to the 40 before he's stopped and knocked out of bounds. But a nice completion there, and that'll be good enough for a Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down.
2 receivers here on the near side, and Trey Goins did a great job of clearing out the area, and a nice fake by Cole Duggar. Looking to his right, does a Tony Romo spin, if you will, back to the near side and squares his shoulders and makes a nice accurate throw. So 1st and 10 for the Rams.
And now a man in motion to the right. That's Thomas, as he rolls out to the right and gets to the 40-yard line after taking the handoff, maybe to the 41. So that'll be a gain of about 3 on the play to bring up 2nd down and 7. 6:58 left to play, 7-0 our score. Owasso with their first touch of the football so far.
Isaiah Jacobs yet to touch the football as he lines up back behind the quarterback, Cole Duggar.
Jacobs and Duggar.
Here's his first touch.
He'll hand off the ball to Jacobs, getting up to the 44-yard line. Gain of about 5 yards on the play. So
Isaiah's probably going to have to be a workhorse here tonight because he's not faced a defensive line as formidable as this Broken Arrow Tiger defense, but they're going to have to pound and ground somewhat and try to wear down the Tigers. But that moves the chains to a 3rd and 4.
Twins out to each side again. Duggar out of the gun. Jacobs beside him. He'll drop back to throw. Duggar slinging it left side to Trey Goins. Goins gets hit and
that was
getting
almost
on him.
picked off by Adonis Ballard, who had a beat on it. That ball did not come out near as quick as it should have, and the Rams were fortunate that they didn't face a pick six that time by Ballard. He had clear green all the way, met the football at the same time Goins did.
That'll bring up 4th down here. 4th down and about 4 yards from the 44-yard line. So
the ball was on the right hash, and that's a long throw.
Now the Rams set to kick it away here. Here it comes. It's wobbly. And
nice punt.
It is nice. It'll drop at about the 15-yard line, and they'll mark it off at about the 17. That's where Broken Arrow will take over 1st and 10. That's ball game brought to you by J & Company, Certified Public Accountants. They're our sponsor of the By the Numbers Stats Update, and they'll take care of your numbers as well, financial or otherwise. Give Matt J a call this week. Visit them on the web at mattjcpa.com. Jake Raines back in at quarterback now for the Broken Arrow Tigers. He'll set up shop on the right hash mark in the gun. He's got one man to the right, one man split wide out to the left. Raines takes the snap, hands off, first man through, gets up to about the 20-yard line, and he is dragged down, absolutely dragged down. That is Dustin Kidd.
Andre King on the tackle that time. Able to get in and throw him down. King's not somebody we've talked a lot about, but he did a fine job that time.
That'll bring up 2nd down and about 6 yards. Raines back under center.
Everything is packed in, Grant. Look at this.
Yep, everything close, as you mentioned. Handoff, first man through. Same ball carrier. He'll get up to about the 27-yard line. So that'll bring up the 5:03 mark. 3rd down and a yard.
Rams coming in with substitutions. Slipping out is Omar Barker. Also Caleb Nealis, so the Rams trying to go big up front. They bring in Anthony Lawrence. Probably just going to hand off.
Raines back under center again. Handoff, as you mentioned. They'll try to bust up the middle. They may have stopped him here.
This is close.
Oh, man.
I think they got a good spot, and that's just enough to move the chains, I think. Let's see if they call for it, officials. I don't even know that they're going to measure this. I think they're going to move them, and that's exactly what they do.
It was right there at the 1st down marker, so that'll bring up 1st and 10 from the 28. 4:33 left to play in this first quarter. 7-0 our score if you're just joining us. Broken Arrow moving from left to right on the radio dial. Also defending from right to left or south to north. Faking a handoff. Raines slings it up the left side of the field. Gets to the 35 with his ball carrier. Up at the 39 is Keller as he'll be ran out of bounds there.
Deuce Mayberry forces him out of bounds, but I was getting ready to say, Grant, that's the danger you run in packing everything in on the inside, creeping your safeties and your cornerbacks up, and then they bring someone out of the backfield or across underneath. They had a receiver on the far left side that they stretched the cornerback down the field, and it left open a lot of space out in the flat on the left side. Going to have an official's timeout here.
That'll bring up second down with 4:14 left to play here. First quarter action. 7-0 our score. Second down and a yard.
I think they're looking for a measurement or to reset the chains.
Well, they thought it was a first down, and then they didn't, and now they're back to action here. Both teams are back out on the field. 4:05 left to go here. Twin split to the right for Broken Arrow. Single back set behind the quarterback. Raines handing off once again. His ball carrier, Johnson, getting up to the 45, up to the 48-yard line, and that's where he'll be brought down. So Javian Johnson with a big first down there for the Broken Arrow Tigers. Jalen Johnson is it's 1st and 10 from the 46. 3:41 left to play here. 7-0 our score. One man split to the right, Twins out to the left. Out of the gun, Raines signaling a man in motion to the right, ready to take the snap here. He'll split the hash marks, handoff, first man through, gets to the 50-yard line, so up to midfield they'll go. That'll bring up 2nd and 5 now for the Broken Arrow Tigers.
Brendan Dye in on the tackle that time. Grant, we need the Rams to get in the backfield and make a play. We need a tackle for loss or something. It's just too easy right now for Broken Arrow running the football. That's all they're doing. Everything is between the tackles. They're making holes, and we've got to have gap protection by the Ram defense up front. And that's a challenge because Broken Arrow, they're big and they're physical, moving Hayden Grant from right end to left end, trying to turn him loose. But we just haven't been able to crash down inside and get a stop.
2nd and 7, Raines faking a handoff, drops back to throw. He'll scramble to the right now. Back behind the line of scrimmage, the pass was almost batted down. Looked like it could have been picked off there.
Yeah, it was Deuce Mayberry on Isaiah Keller, and that's going to be a fun matchup if the quarterback Raines tries to force that in there. He was rolling out to his right. Keller, he was already out toward the sideline with nowhere to go, and Deuce Mayberry was right there. So that's the type of situation where you make Broken Arrow uncomfortable. That is not what they want to do. That is not their MO. Then you get a holding call on top of it. That's going to back them up another 15 yards. We'll take that and make it long yardage for the Tigers.
2:32 left to go as the sun sets on Broken Arrow here. As what a night it's turned out to be. 7-0 Broken Arrow leading. And I'll tell you, Steve, this is just about a standing room only crowd, at least on the Owasso side. There's some empty seats over here in the Broken Arrow reserve section. I would say by the looks of it, our Owasso fans may have been a little more faithful tonight. Here we go, 2:32 left to play, 2nd down and long. Shotgun formation, back to throw. Raines looking, he's in trouble, runs forward instead on the keeper. He's at the 50, down to the 45, and down to the 46, and just shy of a first down. He got in trouble and ran forward and got significant yardage. He was able to make up most of the yardage that had been assessed by penalties.
Got a lot of it back, Grant, and that really hurts this Ram defense. You got the Tigers in a 2nd and long situation. You lose track of the quarterback, who, by the way, shows that he has good speed and can outrun the defense underneath.
3rd down and 3, at 1:54 to go here. Clock rolling, 7-0 Broken Arrow in control so far. Raines, the quarterback, off the right hash mark, takes the snap, hands off, first man through, is going to bust through to the 44. He's close to the first down.
Right now we just don't have an answer for that stop up front. Had another opportunity. We had it early on when we had a 3rd and long on that first drive, and another opportunity here on 2nd and about 20, and both times the scrambling ability of the quarterback Raines able to keep drives alive for Broken Arrow.
1st and 10 from the 44, from the Owasso 44, as they gave them that first down. We thought it might be close. They said there was no question. So trips out to the left. Raines off the right hash mark, ready to take the snap right here. Does so. Handoff, first man through, down to about the...
Ball's loose.
Oh, ball's
Rams
loose
get
on
it.
the field. Who's got it?
The Rams.
Owasso. Yes. Fumble on the play, and it'll turn over here. Owasso will get to take it the other direction, and they are celebrating as they run off the field, Steve.
The ball popped out and rolled backwards into the hands of the Ram defense. I don't know if Tiger Vision will give us another view here. But the first turnover of the game, and it goes advantage Owasso Rams.
Well, as much as they wanted the prime space for their cameras, they should give us the view tonight over there at Arrow Vision. 1st and 10, Owasso Rams from the 43-yard line as Owasso move from right to left. Twins out to the right, one man split to the left. Duggar ready to take the snap with Isaiah Jacobs right there next to him. Out of the gun, handoff. Isaiah up the middle, breaking through at the 45. He'll get up to about the 49-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 6 on the play to bring up 2nd down and 4 with a minute left in the first quarter. Shotgun formation once again. Duggar takes a snap, fakes a handoff, rolls out to the right, finds Keelan Carney right side. He'll get a yard's gain as he gets up to the 49. He was met handily there by a Broken Arrow defender. 28 seconds left to play here. 3rd down and 4 to go. Clock still rolling. Duggar ready to take the snap off the right hash mark. He'll look to the sideline for another set of instructions here. 11 seconds left to go. 3rd down. They may just let this clock run out. Well, for our TV viewers, we will go onward and upward. We're reconnecting with our KYFM studios as on 3rd down, Cole Duggar on 3rd and 4, passes incomplete.
Had the right play, just couldn't execute it right.
11:56 left to play here. 4th down. We'll see what they decide to do right here as Owasso looks to kick it away. Broken Arrow sending a man.
Yard line, so the Tigers will set up. Broken Arrow on the other side. It's all been on the ground. 16 carries for 97 yards. And Raines 1 of 2 for 9 yards, 106 yards total yards as the snap is handoff in the backfield coming to the left side. And tackle finally made at about the 16-yard line. Raines is the leading rusher for BA. He has 2 carries for 35 yards. And again, a quick throw out to the right side. Barker was there immediately to make the stop. And now a 3rd and 3 situation for this BA Tiger offense. That'll give the Rams an opportunity to get off the field.
All right, we're back here on the radio here. They are apparently playing the Boys of Fall. It's an interlude. 3rd down, 4 to go here. Shotgun formation. Raines taking it off the right hash mark. Twins to the left.
Bobble in the backfield.
Bobble in the backfield. Who's got it? I think it's Owasso.
Rams pick it up.
Rams should pick it up on the 3-yard line. On the 3-yard line, Owasso forcing yet another turnover. And just like that, they are in the red zone.
That's the play we're looking for.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Mowry just hugged every person in the press box
Well,
within about 8 seconds. So
we need to get the mojo going.
10:19 left to play. And that'll put the Owasso Rams on the 3-yard line, 1st and goal. We apologize to our radio listeners. Had a little bit of a lost connection.
Here to tie this ball game with 10:13 to go in the second quarter.
And now the extra point attempt coming from Feltz. His kick up through the uprights and good. We are tied at 7 apiece. 10:13 left to play in this one. We'll take a 30-second break and be back for the kick right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM, presented by InsideOwasso.com. 10:13 left to go in this first half. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry, Rob Williams, Travis Dunn, Cora Dunn. They're all in the press box with us today. Taking the snap, here's Raines. Handoff, first man through. He's going to jump forward to about the 35-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play will bring up 2nd and 7. And Steve, again, these turnovers have been our friend tonight, at least for Broken Arrow. They fumbled it twice, and we've recovered twice.
Yeah, and able to get points off that last turnover deep in BA territory. It just took one play and about 4 seconds to pop that in for Owasso to tie this game. Double tight.
He will do so. Raines faking a handoff. He'll drop back to throw. Instead, in trouble, rolls out to the right, keeps it at the 30.
Oh my goodness,
they hit him
He
hard.
just got blistered out of bounds.
At the 30, like a Mack truck. Oh, my Lord. Yeah. Mark the time down on that one, Brock. Trips out to the right, left side now. One man split to the right. Raines ready to take the snap here. He'll drop back to throw.
Well, we either got movement in the backfield or offside against Owasso. Brendan Dye was trying to come across, but I believe that there was a back in motion illegal procedure against Broken Arrow. Let's see the call.
We will see what that is here. 8:52 left to play. First half action. Tied at 7.
Wow.
Offsides on the defense.
Oh, boy.
That's going to move Broken Arrow up just a little bit.
Coach Blankenship is not happy about that, and he is letting the referee have an earful on that far side. I'm glad we don't have audio for that.
Kelly Ward was down on the sidelines.
I have not seen him be this demonstrative in any game I can remember. He is in the ear of that referee, and rightfully so, because the running back was moving forward.
Well, Kelly told me, he said, I know the Bill Blankenship we see, but, man, he could chew a man out. That's for sure. I formation now. Raines handing off to the tailback. He'll try to bust forward. Nice defensive move as they stop the gap there at the 43-yard line. No gain on the play for Broken Arrow.
Now, it'll be interesting here, Grant, to see what Coach Alexander decides to do. His offense has been able to move the football consistently. Will he leave his offense on the field? No, he's going to bring his punting unit out and kick this away. A little bit surprised there, knowing the tendency of Coach David Alexander.
I'm just wondering if Raines is seeing triple right now after that hit. That was still biggest defensive move we've seen all game long. 8:13 left to play. Clock rolling as we were tied at 7 here in the Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl in Broken Arrow.
I think they're short a man on the field.
And they're going to call a timeout, I believe, to rectify that. So while they do that, we'll take it with them. 8:01 left to play. Tied at 7. We're back in 30 seconds on KYFM. One left to go in this first half. Tied at 7 here at Broken Arrow Tiger Memorial Stadium. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry, and Rob Williams along with you. Kelly Ward down on the sidelines. Here's the kick from Broken Arrow. It's end over end, and Gage Laney will field it at about the 6-yard line. Actually, it's caught and scooped up by a Broken Arrow Tiger, so that's where they'll mark it off.
BA had to take a timeout there, Grant, because they only had 10 guys out with the punting unit. Coach Alexander was not very happy with that 11th man that was not out there at the proper time. So whether or not that'll come into play here in this first half, BA down to 2 timeouts. Coach Blankenship was very unhappy over that penalty that was called against Owasso and not Broken Arrow. But in any case, here we are. Rams able to get a stop. They'll start at their own 6-yard line, 1st and 10. 7:52 here to go before halftime, and we're in a tie ball game. Tigers 7, Rams 7 in this Patriot Bowl.
Twins out to each side, or twins out to the left, and Lusk split to the right. Duggar ready to take the snap off the right hash mark. He'll toss to Jacobs. Jacobs running at the 5, gets up to the 7-yard line, and he's stopped by a trio of Tiger defenders. So a gain of a yard on the play, maybe 2. That should bring up, well, 2nd and 7. They'll give him a 3-yard gain here with 7:36 left to play. Tied at 7, Owasso and Broken Arrow tied early in this one. Tigers struck first, and Owasso answered. Shotgun again. Jacobs to the right of the quarterback this time. Faking a handoff. Duggar slings it up the middle and finds Lusk at the 30-yard line. He'll be brought down there, but that's enough for another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down. Move up those chains.
Peyton Lusk in isolation on the far side, able to come down about 12 yards and then across. He is going to be a matchup problem for anyone in the secondary of Broken Arrow. Peyton Lusk, 6'3", 165 pounds, and you've got a big window to be able to put it up to the big senior.
And now flags flying as Cole Duggar takes the snap here. I'll say this, Steve. I would like to thank the Broken Arrow Tiger press box here. I haven't been to a press box this year where they had Whataburger combo meals readily available.
Yeah.
So, and thank you, Kelly Ward, for saving me one instead of eating it yourself. So, there you go. The penalty is on Owasso. It's going to bring up first down and 15. 7:10 left to go, tied at 7 if you're just joining us. Twins out to each side of the line here. They're going to get everybody into motion and adjust the play a little bit. Jacobs in motion to the right, takes the handoff, gets up to the 30, spins past the defender and gets to the 41-yard line. Flags flying late on that play. A very late flag.
Came from a long way back, so let's see what the call is. In usual fashion, things beginning to get a little chippy out on the ball field.
Well,
personal foul, face mask against Broken Arrow, so that'll move the chains for the Rams, 1st and 10.
Another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down, earned by virtue of penalties. And that's fine with us. We'll take them how we can get them. 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line.
Of Broken Arrow in Broken Arrow territory now.
6:47 and the clock rolling. And now getting ready to take the snap is Duggar. He drops back to throw this time, slings it up the middle of the field, and it's almost caught, but Trey Goins lets it go off of his fingertips. He had 2 Tiger defenders on his tail, and they helped break up that pass there, but had that been caught, it would have been headed for the house.
And that time, you know, we've talked in the early 2 games, Grant, that Cole Duggar has done a good job of putting air under the football. That time he may have lofted that up a little bit easier and gave the defenders time to respond. Trey Goins had separation down across the middle, about 25 yards downfield.
2nd and 10 from the Broken Arrow 49. Man in motion to the left, that's Thomas. Handoff, Jacobs up the middle, breaking free at the 40, gets down to the 35 before he's tackled, and that's good enough for another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down.
Now you see the Rams starting to settle down, get some rhythm going, moving the ball around, looking comfortable, and the chains moving once again for a first down.
How much momentum would it give Owasso to be able to go up 13-7 before halftime?
Give me a lot.
1st and 10 from the 35. Twins out to the left side. That's Thomas and Goins.
Way off the coverage on the far side. A lot of room.
And now Duggar slinging it to the left. He'll connect. And down to the 25-yard line is Thomas. Another first down. Move up those chains. Another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down.
That's just what we said, Grant. There were 2 receivers on the left side. Defenders were 8 to 9 yards off the football. They throw it to the outside receiver. And inside in the slot, Trey Goins gets a fantastic block on the first defender coming in to make the play, and that extended the play for big yardage and a first down.
5:56 left to go. Twins to the right, one man split to the left. Duggar taking the snap off the left hash mark, but not before he gets another set of instructions from the sideline. Duggar Takes it here, hands off Jacobs, trying to bust up the middle, reaches a wall of defenders there just inside the 25.
A lot of black shirts there up the middle, but you've got to do that. You've got to keep pounding in there to keep the defense honest, whether it's successful or not. He gets about a yard on the play, but you have to do that to keep people in their gaps.
That'll bring up 2nd and 9. Twins to each side of the line now, and Duggar in the gun. He's got Jacobs set up to his left this time. Man in motion to the left. That's Thomas taking the handoff. Out around the left side. He'll get inside the 20-yard line down to the 19. So that's going to be a gain of 5 to bring up 3rd down and 4.
Ronnie Thomas, a 5'8", 170-pound sophomore, has become much more involved in this Owasso Ram offense the last couple of weeks. And tonight shows his speed as he moves the first down marker down to about a 3rd and 4. This is a big 3rd down and in distance for the Owasso Rams.
Ronnie Thomas went from, well, we've never called his name before, to we're calling his name just about every other series here. They're stomping their feet in the stands here on the keeper. Duggar trying to go up the middle, and he runs into another wall of Tiger defenders. As that'll bring up about 3rd down and 2, 4th down and 2.
Well, I would think if that was the play call on 3rd down that Coach Blankenship's going to leave his offense out on the field.
4th down, 2 to go. This is a big, big play right here.
Yeah, this is Isaiah Jacobs' territory right here. Maybe try to get him to the outside where it's one-on-one and he can beat a defender for 2 yards.
Twins out to each side. Jacobs set up to the left of Cole Duggar, who will take it out of the gun right here. Duggar dropping back to throw this time, slings it up the field.
Peyton Lusk.
Peyton Lusk is down inside the 5-yard line, and that's good enough for another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down, and that'll bring up not only a first down, but 1st and goal, my friend.
A bold call that time. Lusk lined up on the outside of 2 receivers to the left. And again, he's a big body and a tough matchup for a corner out there at 6'3". Nice throw and catch by Duggar to Peyton Lusk.
Twins out to each side of the line here. Duggar with Jacobs set up to his right this time, out of the gun. Duggar on the keeper, heads down to the goal line, almost there. Did he get in? I don't think so.
No, he's outside the 1-yard line, I think. He got he and Isaiah Jacobs running to the right. They didn't really have there wasn't a lot of distance between the two.
Yep, they'll put him at the 1 here. So we're tied at 7. Owasso still trying to take the lead. Touchdown would give them a 13-7 lead out of the gun here. Everybody closer in, man in motion to the left. Handoff, Jacobs up that right side, down toward the goal line. He's close. He is almost there, but close but no cigar, I don't believe.
I think you got to give it to him again. 2:56 to go. We're under 3 minutes here in this second quarter, so taking some time off the clock.
Jacobs operating like a bulldozer tonight. He's just trying to get rid of everything in his way, but he keeps hitting the wall. 3rd down and goal here from the 1-yard line.
Run to the left.
Cole Duggar takes the snap. Handoff, Jacobs. Touchdown, Owasso. Is it? Yes. Give him 6. Put it on the board.
He's standing up in the end zone.
13-7 our score with 2:26 left to play. Owasso will take their first lead of the ball game here.
Isaiah Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. Nobody really met him head on that time as he just walked into the end zone.
Now William Felt set to take the kick, hits up through the uprights and good, and it is 14-7 with 2:26 left to go in the first half of play. We'll take a 30-second break and be back for the kick right after this. You're listening to the Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl and Owasso Rams football presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM. 14-7 our score. 2:26 left to play in this first half. Apologize to our radio listeners if we dropped out a little bit there. We are trying to remedy that situation here at halftime. There's a lot of bandwidth being used in this stadium tonight. Here's a end-over-end short kick that's going to be fielded at the 31-yard line by Isaiah Keller. Gets up to the 40, up to the 45, ran out of bounds near the 46-yard line, and that is where Broken Arrow will have it 1st and 10 as they move from right to left on the radio dial. Steve, Matt J. and Company, Certified Public Accountants, by the number stats update. What do we have on that scoring drive?
That drive started on the Rams' 6-yard line. They go 13 plays, 94 yards. Takes 5 minutes and 26 seconds off the clock, culminating in a 1-yard touchdown run by Isaiah Jacobs, the second for the senior running back.
1st and 10, Tigers at the 45-yard line. Man on each side of the quarterback, Jake Raines. He will take the snap right here. Twins out to the left, one-man split to the right. Raines handing off. First man through, gets up the right side, tackled by a number of Owasso Ram defenders near the 47. So that's going to be a gain of 2 yards on the play to bring up 2nd and 8 now for Broken Arrow.
We approach 2 minutes to go here in the first half, and really this isn't, for the most part, an offense that is designed to strike quickly. They are big, bulky, and physical, and so we'll see if Coach Alexander is going to just try to take his chances and get a big run, or if he decides he wants to try to put something in the air. And I like the Rams' secondary chances if that's his choice.
Twins to the left, one man to the right, out of the gun. Raines back to pass now off the right hash mark, slings it up the right side of the field, and it's overthrown, falling incomplete.
Yeah, he's going to look for Isaiah Keller 90% of the time, and Keller is going to have Deuce Mayberry on his hip wherever he goes. And again, good top by the free safety. Gage Laney having another fantastic game, a 2-interception game last week, one returned 70 yards for a touchdown. This Ram defense has come alive here. It's going to be 3rd and 7. The clock stopped on that incomplete pass. Rams with all 3 of their timeouts. If they can get a stop, they may have a chance to go down the field.
All right, here's Broken Arrow, shotgun again with Twins to the left, one man split to the right, dropping back to throw this time. Now in trouble is Raines. He'll roll out to the left, still looking to throw. Can't find anybody. He's got 3 men on him, fumble on the play.
Ball goes out of bounds.
Oh,
that
my
was close.
goodness.
He came out and stopped. I'm curious as to why he didn't go ahead and run out of bounds unless Coach Alexander wanted him to try to take some time off the clock. He stopped in bounds, and then the Rams hit him and jarred the ball away, but it went just out of bounds in front of that Broken Arrow Tiger bench. That stops the clock. BA is going to punt to Owasso, so with about a minute, maybe 15 seconds by the time this punt is complete, the Rams are going to have an opportunity to go down and maybe get another score before halftime.
All right, we'll see what they can do here. Gage Laney back deep to receive.
Nice punt.
Here's the kick. It's wobbly, and it will be caught at the 20-yard line, and that is where Owasso will take over 1st and 10.
Well, the Rams, three timeouts. Their full complement. 1:19 to go. They have a 7-point lead. So let's see the decision that Coach Blankenship goes with here as far as, are you comfortable with this lead going in at halftime, or do you try to go down and maybe get another 3 points? I don't know. Let's see what the Rams can do.
Duggar in at quarterback, splitting the hash marks. He's got trips to the left and Lusk split to the right. Duggar back to throw this time, looking to dial up a receiver. Dodges one defender, dodges another one. He's on his horse at the 27-yard line, and even with that, he'll gain 7 on the play to bring up 2nd down and 3, Steve. With 1:11 left to go here in the half, we've got a 14-7 lead. Owasso leading it if you're just joining us.
Still plenty of time. Over a minute to go. Secondary playing a bit more of a prevent defense, keeping all the receivers in front of them, so there might be some room underneath for a catch and run. Maybe a draw play to Isaiah Jacobs.
And now, handoff to Jacobs. He'll get up the middle to the 30, up to the 35, spinning past about 3 defenders. He gets the first down and will get up to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, he gets past that first wave, and he becomes a bad matchup with his size and speed.
So, here, Lusk split to the right, Twins to the left now. Dropping back to throw, looking. A dropped pass as Duggar tries to connect with the Lusk at the 41-yard line. It's off of his fingertips.
I think the pass may have been just a bit behind Peyton Lusk to be able to make a play. Still like to see him make that catch. Clock at 59 seconds. Ball on the Ram 32-yard line. Empty backfield, trips to the left, 2 receivers to the right.
And now Duggar ready to take the snap. Does so. Slings it left side, connecting with Keelan Carney. Carney up to the 37-yard line of scrimmage. He might have got a yard's gain there, so that'll bring up 3rd and 8. That's what they'll call it.
Rams choosing not to use any of their timeouts here.
42 seconds left to go, 14-7 our score.
Might be a situation where they let the clock down and try to go over the top on this 3rd down.
Carney, Kirby, and Goins, the trips wide to the right. Out of the gun, it will be Duggar right here. Faking a handoff, he keeps it, and he's in trouble. He's smashed there at the line of scrimmage. 17 seconds.
I think the Rams are going to be fine just to let this run down, as the Tigers may be, nope, they're going to take a timeout. Coach Alexander decides that was odd that he let 10, 12 seconds run off the clock before he looked at his offensive coordinator and decided to go with a timeout. 7 seconds to go. Rams lead 14-7 over Broken Arrow here in this Patriot Bowl. It's been a fun night. A bit of an odd first half. Kind of got off to a slow start. But the Rams, with those 2 turnovers, put them in front. Isaiah Jacobs with 2 touchdown runs, a 3-yard touchdown run, a 1-yard touchdown run. That's where we stand right now.
So 7 seconds left to play here. And it is a beautiful night here.
Friday the 13th.
And the biggest full moon I've ever seen. I think the emergency rooms are going to be busy tonight. I don't know.
Possibly.
Might be some good business for you. You never know.
Hope not.
We hope not. But
first full moon on a Friday the 13th, I think, in 18 years is what I read today. Is that right?
Something like that.
Going to the Brew Crew over here to see what the facts are. He says yes. So.
And now they're going to kick it away here with 7 seconds left to play. So on 4th down and 9, here's the kick. Oh, it's blocked. Oh, my goodness. Are they going to pounce on it in the end zone? Yes. Wow. Touchdown. Broken Arrow, and they have made it a 14-13 game. A blocked punt, rolled back into the end zone. The Tigers pounce on it.
Wow.
And at the final buzzer, they'll have the chance to kick the extra point right here. Well, this is the stuff that fuels rivalry, Steve. And
well, those are the kind of things that happen on a Friday the 13th with a full moon.
My goodness. Well, this is going to bring up an extra point right here. Let's see if they can try to tie the ball game at 14 apiece here. The kick is up through the uprights and good. And again, we are tied at 14 here in the Patriot Bowl, the Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl. Let's see if we can get down to Kelly Ward on the sideline. Kelly, what a turn of events right there with that blocked punt and the touchdown.
Grant, we're walking through the locker room here, coaches and everybody, they're ready to get to the locker room after that event. Seated out here on the sideline, so Owasso was just hyped up, ready to go into the locker room into the second half for being ahead by a score, but after that blocked event, and then the ball just bounced right in and was brought by Broken Arrow. You could just feel the kind of the air came out of everyone. So I don't know what coach is going to say, but I would imagine he's going to go in and just rally the troops and say, hey, we're in the game. We're only tied up here. We got a lot to go. And, we're playing well, Grant.
All right, Kelly, we'll check in with you here in just a little while. Kelly Ward with another sideline report. And, Steve, not quite the way we envisioned the half ending, and momentum swinging Broken Arrow's way on that final horn of the first half. What do you do to keep your team motivated here?
Well, I think you go in. At least you're tied and you're not down. This is not what we suffered at Bentonville where the Rams were down, but we're not playing a Bentonville-type football team. The Broken Arrow Tigers are very tough, and unfortunately the Rams had built the momentum up, and then they just lost it on one play there. So Coach Blankenship, he'll go in. He'll be frustrated, and he'll let his ball team know they're frustrated, but he'll also make adjustments along with his defense and come back out for second half play.
Well, I can tell you this, we may have a barn burner in the making.
Absolutely.
Here in beautiful Broken Arrow here tonight. We'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll visit with Zach Duffield on our Trails End visit with the athletic director. Hang with us. We've got more coming up. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football, brought to you by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM. Stadium. Grant Merrill and Steve Mowry. Chris Lincoln joining us at halftime. A great former voice of college football on ABC, and we appreciate him stopping by and being here in the broadcast booth. If you're just joining us, we're tied at 14. Fresh new 12 minutes put on the clock for the third quarter of play. And again, having some technical difficulties in the first half, so we apologize that we dropped out and dropped away for a little bit, but we're hopefully that this will, while it's not as clear of a connection, hopefully it'll be more of a solid connection, and we'll be able to bring you the rest of the ball game uninterrupted here on KYFM here on the radio. And, of course, you can also watch it in crystal clear television on OwassoSportsNetwork.com. Back deep to receive, Cole Adams and Omar Barker. They'll set up shop at the 5-yard line. Here comes the kick. It is end over end. It's back toward the end zone. It'll bounce for a touchback, and that'll give Owasso a 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. If you're just joining us, Owasso moving right to left or south to north on the radio dial. Broken Arrow defending from left to right. Owasso in their home reds and Broken Arrow in their home black uniforms. That is kind of one of the deals that they made for the Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl tonight, is that they would end up both getting to wear their home uniforms. And as you heard, or may not have heard, Chris Lincoln allude to at halftime, we got a chance to see that flyover in that very patriotic pregame show. We'll have video of that tonight on InsideOwasso.com. Handoff Isaiah Jacobs. He's at the 25 up to the 30-yard line before he's brought down by a Broken Arrow defender as the Tigers defend from left to right. And again, that'll bring up a 2nd down and 2 for the Owasso Rams as they'll get as far as the 29-yard line. Cole Duggar setting up shop here with Jacobs to his right. Out of the gun. Twins to the right. Lusk split to the left. Handoff again to Jacobs as he tries to go up the left hash mark. He's hit late, and they're going to call a flag. This was a late flag that came from the backfield, so we'll see what they decide to call right here. If it's on Broken Arrow, that will likely move Owasso forward. Face mask is going to be called on the Tigers, and that will give us another Waterstone Private Wealth Management 1st down by virtue of penalty yards. 11:23 left to play here. We're tied at 14. Twins to the right. Lusk again, split to the left. Taking the snap, dropping back to throw is Cole Duggar. He slings it up the middle of the field. It's dropped. Almost picked off by a Broken Arrow defender, but it's dropped, and that will leave us with 2nd and 10 now for the Owasso Rams. Steve Mowry joining us here in the booth, back from his halftime hiatus.
Took a TV timeout.
Yeah. You were used to the Chris Lincoln breaks there.
That's what I thought.
I thought about just letting him do the rest of the game, you know.
I thought he was going to.
Twins out to each side here. Dropping back to throw, Duggar looking. Cole slings it up the middle of the field. It's off the fingertips of Keelan Carney, and he's hit as he lets that go as looks like Bryce Matadia is the man making that stop there, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 10. 11:09 left to play here. Third quarter action. Trips out to the right. One man split to the left. Out of the shotgun. Sorry, Steve. Out of the shotgun, Cole Duggar splitting the hash marks, rolling out to the right this time. He'll sling it up the right side of the field and falls short of his intended receiver. And as he was releasing, he was getting hit there, Steve.
Yeah, he was being harassed there in the pocket. A nice job to stay in there, but the pocket just collapsed around him, and he wasn't able to get anything on that throw. So the Rams come out and unable to get anything going here in their first possession of this third quarter, trying to rebound from that blocked punt recovered in the end zone for a touchdown by the Tigers. Right there, the final play at halftime.
So they'll go 3 and out right here. And now a fumble on the play.
Golly, special teams. Special teams are special, and right now for the Rams, they're struggling.
Well, that's for sure, and as we things right here, that is going to be at the Owasso 27-yard line, Steve.
Cannot give this offense that kind of field position.
And it'll be 1st and 10, Broken Arrow Tigers here, tied at 14 if you're just joining us. Rains the quarterback, offset I formation, handoff to the tailback. Up the middle he goes to the 20-yard line, down at about the 19.
Well, the Rams have done everything to shoot themselves in the foot these last 5 minutes. 2 minutes of the first half to end, and then 2 minutes here into this second half.
Kewan Tolbert, the running back. 2nd down and 2 to go now for Broken Arrow. Rains, Tolbert in the backfield behind him. Handoff, Tolbert up the middle, gets up to the 20, up to the 15, down to the 14-yard line, and they'll move up those chains for another Broken Arrow first down.
I'm not sure Coach Alexander will even attempt a pass here inside the 20-yard line. I look for him to just get behind his big offensive line and try to pound it in. So Coach Klink is going to have to counter that and maybe take a couple of chances here to stuff the run.
1st and 10 now, Broken Arrow from the 15-yard line. Nobody to the right, twin split to the left. Rains, hands off, first man through. Johnson, he'll get down to the 12-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play will bring up 2nd and 7 for the Tigers.
Dawson Adams again on that tackle along with Cooper Sparks.
9:42 left to play here. 14 all here in the third quarter. And Broken Arrow knocking on the door. See if we can keep them contained here. Everybody close in as Johnson, the back behind.
Movement by the right tackle of Broken Arrow, so that'll back them up 5 yards.
Yeah, flags fly, and that'll put them back from the 13 back to the 18. And that'll bring up 2nd down and about 13 to go. 9:17 to go here. Third quarter action, tied at 14. Owasso in need of some momentum. They've felt the air ripped from their sails on that blocked punt that ended the first half, in which the Tigers pounced on that for a touchdown. Shotgun formation, twins to the left, one man split to the right. That's Keller. Rains off the right hash mark, takes the snap here, slings it left side, connects with an open man, and he's brought down.
Tackle.
Oh my, back at the 18-yard line.
Gage Laney?
Good work there by Gage Laney, yes.
He has been playing phenomenal. Had to go out in coverage on that far side. Man, he was on an island, and it looked like he was going to be juked out of his shoes, and he came up and made a fantastic play. That's the play we needed here, Grant. 3rd and about 13 now. Off that botched punt, if the Rams can hold BA to a field goal here, I would say that's a victory.
Tied at 14, 3rd down, 13 to go. Trips to the right this time. Rains off the left hash mark. Johnson is running back next to him. Rains bobbles the snap, rolls out to the right this time. He's on his feet at the 25. He tries to get rid of it. Don't know if they could make it in case for intentional grounding there, but he sure slung it out at the last second.
Mod Triplett showing great speed to chase him down and knock him down to the ground. Always good to get a hit on the quarterback. And that'll bring up 4th down. It's a 4th and long, so Coach Alexander, I'm not sure what confidence he has in his kicking game. See if they try a field goal, and that's what they're going to set up for. It's going to be about a 34-yard field goal here.
Be nice if we could return the favor and block a kick. They'll try it here. Let's see as they set it up at the 25. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is on the way, and it is good. And Broken Arrow takes a 17-14 lead. 8:02 left to go in the third quarter. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back for the kick right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football and the Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl, presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM. Memorial Stadium in Broken Arrow. We've got 8:02 left to go in the third quarter. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry, Rob Williams, Brandon Brewer, Chris Lincoln, the whole gang here tonight. Appreciate Chris dropping by and sharing some stories from the old ABC days.
Oh, man, he's a legend here in the Tulsa area.
He called some good ones over the years.
Yes, he has, and some Kentucky Derby.
Yeah. He said he got his start in Sallisaw at Blue Ribbon Downs.
Is that right? Should have known.
The now defunct Blue Ribbon Downs, which apparently was put under by Sequoia Countyans like me. So anyway, they'll tee it up at about the 40-yard line. Adams and Omar Barker back deep to receive. Adams on the near side, Barker on the far side at the 5-yard line. The end-over-end kick back toward the end zone. That's where it'll bounce, and Owasso will have a 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line after the touchback. Broken Arrow leading at 17-14. You said before the break, Steve, if we could hold them to a field goal, that would be a victory on that scoring drive, so that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and the Rams need to get something going on offense here and try to return the favor of the score. Had a lot of the momentum going their way right before halftime. Man, it has switched drastically, and yet through all of the adversity, the Rams only trail by 3 points. Time to put together a big offensive drive, go down 80 yards, and get a touchdown.
Cole Duggar handing it off. Jacobs up the middle, stuffed near the 21. Not much of a gain there, if any at all. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 here, so still 2nd and long with 7:48 to play. 17-14 if you're just joining us. And we're glad you're with us tonight here on 100.1 KYFM and on the Owasso Sports Network. Man in motion to the right now as Cole Duggar takes the snap, handing off again to Jacobs. Jacobs out around the right side for a loss of yardage as he's brought down back near the 19-yard line. So now on 3rd down, Broken Arrow's defense just kind of reading our Rams like a book, Steve. We got to mix it up a little here.
Yeah, and I was just getting ready to say we haven't heard much from Mario Kirby or our H-backs here tonight. And Kirby runs off the field. Thomas comes back on the field.
Thomas and Goins split to the left, twins to the right as well. They'll line back up in the gun. Duggar off the right hash mark, dropping back to pass this time. He'll sling it up the middle of the field. It's caught by Goins at the 35. He's good enough for a 1st down. He'll get brought down at the 40-yard line, so move up those chains. That's another Waterstone Private Wealth Management 1st down.
Great job by Trey Goins that time. Another big target for Cole Duggar on the reception. Sure-handed. Rams have had a couple of drops that they've got to bring in, but not by Goins, the leader of this receiving corps. Great to see him get involved in the game. He does his job. He's a blue-collar worker out on the outside, but he did a fine job that time making the catch.
Thomas in motion to the right is up the middle goes our quarterback. He'll get up to the 47-yard line. Duggar getting about a 7-yard gain there, and that should bring up 2nd and 3.
Nice fake up the middle and really drew the defense to that far side of the field as Duggar pulls the football back out of the stomach of Thomas and charges right up the middle.
Shotgun again, twins to the right, Lusk split to the left this time. Handoff Duggar to Jacobs as he tries to pound his way up the right side. He'll get as far as the 48. 2-yard gain.
Broken Arrow really doing a lot of switching on their defensive line right now. They'll go from 4-down linemen to a 3-3 stack, and this Ram offensive line has done a pretty good job for most of the night being able to block effectively. I've been very impressed in the early part of the season, the job this offensive line has done.
3rd down and 1 here. Twins to the left, 1-man split to the right. Duggar taking the snap off the right hash mark. Handoff. Isaiah Jacobs around the right side. Good enough for the 1st down. He's brought down inside the 49 of Broken Arrow, and they'll move up those chains for another Waterstone Private Wealth Management 1st down.
Well, looked like Jacobs got hit about 2 yards shy of the 1st down, and I could not see the defender, but it was a mismatch as big Isaiah Jacobs just drove him down the field into Tiger territory. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 from the Broken Arrow 49. Man in motion to the left, that's Thomas dropping back after faking a handoff is Duggar. He'll sling it to Mario Kirby. Kirby at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Owasso. Into the end zone he goes. Give number 6 points, and it is now a 20-17 ball game. 5:11 left to go in the third quarter.
It's like I just heard somebody say that 3 plays ago. We haven't heard much from Mario Kirby, and then out of the box over the middle, and that's what this defense does. That's what this offense of Owasso does, is they draw the defense in and they get caught on their heels, and Mario Kirby able to get behind the secondary for the long touchdown.
William Feltz trying the extra point. It's up through the uprights and good as Steve Mowry high-fives everyone in the press box but me on that touchdown run.
Gotcha.
He finally got me late. But anyway, we go ahead by another point after the extra point, and it's now Owasso 21, Broken Arrow 17. We've got 5:11 left to go in the third quarter. We'll take a 30-second break and be back for the kick right after this. This is the Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl at Owasso Ram football on 100.1 KYFM.
excels in the areas of science, technology, engineering, and math. This week it's Sullivan for the ninth St. John's BHN student.
21-17 our score. 5:11 left to go in the third quarter. Owasso taking a 4-point lead after a Mario Kirby touchdown where he runs it 25 yards into the end zone and ends up putting 6 on the board. And Owasso back in their rightful lead tonight as they'll kick it off right here. Hood, the kicker, as it's going to be fielded at about the 25-yard line. Making the return is Keller. He'll get to the 35, juking and jiving. He'll get back up to the 45, up to the 46, and that's where he'll finally be brought down. And actually that is going to be, I believe, Williams, the running back, Corey Williams, not Keller, as he wears a 4 instead of a 2 there. But either way, 1st and 10 Broken Arrow at their own 45. That's where they'll start it out after the kickoff. Steve?
Well, the Rams able to get 7 points on the board. 7-play drive, covered 80 yards in 2 minutes and 51 seconds. And it's a 49-yard touchdown pass from Cole Duggar to Mario Kirby. And the Rams take the lead, a 4-point lead with 5:01 to go here in the third quarter. 21-17, Owasso over Broken Arrow.
1st and 10, Broken Arrow Tigers. They'll take the snap here. Handoff, first man through. He'll get down to the 50-yard line inside the 48, and on the run there is Kewan Tolbert for the Broken Arrow Tigers. That should bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Tigers as they try to move into Owasso territory just a yard in the midfield here.
And this is what Broken Arrow tries to do, particularly midway through the third quarter and fourth period. They try to wear you down. They do running back by committee as they rotate 2 or 3 real quality running backs in there, trying to tire down this Ram defense.
4:27 left to play. Taking the snap is going to be the quarterback. He'll hand off. First man through gets down to the 47.
A lot of red shirts in around the football.
And this defense playing some inspired football now that they've got some of their momentum back. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3. Raines, the quarterback, getting ready to step up here. As on that last run there was Jalen Johnson for the Tigers.
Raines is 2 for 4 in the ball game. He has thrown for 7 yards passing.
Single back set behind the quarterback. That's Johnson.
He's going to try to throw here.
Rolling out to the right. Raines in trouble. And now he throws it out of bounds and into the hands of a Broken Arrow coach. I think that might have been Alexander there.
Brendan Dye was in hot pursuit and was able to get to Raines just as he released the football and rolled him out of bounds.
That's going to bring up 4th down and 2. Third quarter action from across town. Union 21, Jinx 20. So that rivalry, everything as advertised tonight. Jinx maybe playing a little better than they did against Bixby last week. Edmond North, Edmond Memorial tied at 14 as well. We'll get to some of those scores as we move through the broadcast tonight. On fourth down, Broken Arrow to kick it away. Gage Laney setting up shop near the 10-yard line. They shanked it and kicked it out of bounds here. So with 3:33 left to go in the third quarter, Owasso leading at 21-7. Nothing doing for Broken Arrow on that last series of downs. Steve, it was good to see Travis Dunn here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Enjoyed his company. Almost turned the headset over to him a couple of times.
Yep.
His daughter Cora here. She's spunkiest little girl in the press box tonight.
Fortunately, looks like her mom, though.
Thank God.
That's a plus. Yeah.
She does have some redeeming qualities
Sure we all get talked about that. So,
but Grant Mallory looks like Renee, so there is that.
Dodged one there too.
Shotgun formation, Cole Duggar on the left hash mark, Thomas in motion to the right, handoff to Jacobs instead. He pounds up the middle, gets up to the 29-yard line.
He's just shucking tigers as he gets into that second and third level. And he's got to be having some fun right now. And again, we've said this all three games, this Ram offensive line starting to take control. That was one of our keys to game in the pregame, was going to be the line of scrimmage and the physical matchup between both of these offensive and defensive lines, and the Rams have done their own to hold up.
Second down and 3, a man on each side of Duggar, the quarterback, and Jacobs behind him. Handoff, Jacobs up the right side. He's at the 30, on his feet at the 35. Still going at the 40, still at the 45, finally brought down at the 48-yard line, and that's another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down for the Owasso Rams at the 2:49 mark here in the third quarter. Owasso 21, Broken Arrow 17.
Somebody call an ambulance, because Isaiah Jacob just broke some guy's ankles at about the 40-yard line with a shoulder fake on the inside and dropped the defender right down to the ground to bust a big play to the outside.
Duggar from the right side, and Keelan Carney in motion to the right. Handoff, dropping back to pass. Duggar throwing, connecting at the 15-yard line. It's caught. Oh, my goodness. Move up those chains. Peyton Lusk makes the catch for a huge Owasso Ram Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line of Broken Arrow. Owasso looking to try to score again right here. 2:21 left to go in this third quarter.
What a mismatch on the outside for the Rams.
Duggar back to throw. Pump fakes. Now throws into the end zone. Is it caught? Is it caught? Yes! Touchdown!
Wow!
Keelan Carney. Oh, my. Oh, my goodness.
It's Peyton Lusk again.
Peyton Lusk again. I'm sorry. Keelan Carney was right behind him.
Oh, the 6'3", the 6'3" Peyton Lusk goes up and just snags it out of the air as he was actually behind the defender. The defender had good position on him. I believe that was Corey Williams, who goes 5'10".
William Phelps trying to kick the extra point here. It's through the uprights and good. And just like that, at the 2:05 mark, it's Owasso 28, Broken Arrow 17. So Peyton Lusk in the end zone for another Owasso touchdown. We're back after this 30-second timeout for the kick. You're listening to Owasso Ram football from the Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl on 100.1 KYFM. Owasso leading Broken Arrow 28-17. Grant Merrill, Steve Mallory, Rob Williams, Kelly Ward along with you tonight, and with another Jay and Company's certified public accountants by the numbers stats update. Here's Steve.
Well, it didn't take long. It was a 79-yard drive, and it only took 4 plays and 1:25 off the clock. You had 2 big pass plays to Peyton Lusk, including
onside kick. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? Hagan Hood was the kicker. It was onside, and I believe Broken Arrow's got it. Steve, continue.
No, that's fine. Lusk was able to finish that drive with a 15-yard touchdown reception from Cole Duggar. Broken Arrow, who has started 4 for 4 on third down, is 0 for 5 on their last 5 third downs.
2:04 left to play in the third quarter. Broken Arrow, 1st and 10 at their own 45. A lot of people saying that this game could be an early indicator of the postseason, Steve, and if that's the case, things are looking good for our Rams. And now Raines, the quarterback, spins to the right, looking to throw. He'll sling it up the right side and connect with an open receiver at the 48-yard line, and that is going to be Parker Coyne on the catch there.
And things are starting to get chippy out on the field. We had 3 different areas where we might have had a late hit, and Hayden Grant is doing some jawing, and he just now got a personal foul.
Yeah, there's your flag on the play.
Coach Blankenship is not happy at Hayden Grant right now, as that's going to move the ball up as a penalty. I know Hayden lost his helmet, but he's just got to go back and line up. He can't get caught up in being baited into that type of situation. He's a fantastic football player. I know he's had a tough matchup tonight, but he's done a good job. But you don't want to let plays like that let this Broken Arrow Ball Club back into the ball game.
Now that penalty and that amount of yardage getting these Broken Arrow fans excited.
Well, you try the onside kick. You don't recover that. They get good position, field position at near midfield, and now down to the Ram 32-yard line.
Trips to the left now. Raines on the right hash mark. Nobody to the right as he'll take the snap here. With Johnson next to him, Johnson takes the handoff up the right hash mark. He goes. He'll get to the 27-yard line before he's stopped, and that's a gain of 6 on the play. With 1:35 left to go in the third, it's 28-17 Owasso.
This is going to get good.
You're giddy over there, I'm telling you.
There's some post-play activity going on.
Are you going to moderate the boxing match here in a few minutes?
No, but I'm excited about our chances. I'm not scared.
Maybe we should bring Lincoln back. Didn't he do a boxing match or two?
He's probably done a few of those, but
Twins to the left this time. Raines out on the right hash mark. Claps his hands, takes the snap, rolling out to the right this time. Brought down from behind by an Owasso defender. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Caleb Nealis on that tackle. He jumps into the air to celebrate. Wow. Caleb Nealis is a force to be reckoned with. He is 6 foot, 245 pounds at the defensive end position.
And here's a key, Grant. Jake Raines lost his helmet, so he has to come off the field for a play. And I believe they're going to send in Seth Dodd. Well, I don't know if it's Seth Dodd or
no, it's
Sterling.
Seth Dodd.
It is Seth Dodd.
Yeah. Seth Dodd coming in, I believe. Yeah, I think so. They've got 3 number 11s here, so forgive us if there's some debate. Handoff, Johnson. Up the right hash mark, he'll get down to the 27-yard line.
I'll tell you what, this Ram defensive line is just blowing up front. They are getting into the backfield. And when they meet the ball carrier, they're coming in with a bad attitude.
Yeah, Dodd, the number 2 man on the depth chart there, Steve, so we're good. And just like that, that's the end of the third quarter. Our score, Owasso 28. Broken Arrow 17. Into the fourth quarter we go. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back right after this. You're listening to the Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl, driven by the Jim Glover family of autos. And this is Owasso Ram football on 100.1 KYFM.
Okay, we've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. Is there anything else I can do for you today, Rambo?
Yes.
All right. Well, I wish you the best of luck on the game tonight. Go Rams!
Okay.
(28-17) over the Broken Arrow Tigers. They are having some sort of competition on the field, Steve, in which the Jim Glover family of autos has brought 3 late model trucks. One of them a Dodge Ram 1500, a Jeep Gladiator truck, and a Chevy from the Jim Glover Chevy by the River store. And I guess if you are, you can throw footballs through the windows of these trucks, maybe for the chance to win one. I think they were giving away a lease on one or something of that nature.
I'm not sure exactly what the rule is on this.
Well, they're going to try from the 35-yard line to throw a football through the window of a truck. Well, he drops back to pass. Here's the throw, and it's he overthrows his intended target. Is that a way to say it when we're talking about a truck competition? Well, that's going to prolong our break here between the third and fourth quarter. We'll let you know that as we come to the top of the hour, you're listening to KYFM Bartlesville, KYFM HD1 Bartlesville. Steve Mowry, if you are Bill Blankenship, what are you telling your team in order to try to keep this lead of 11 points or more in this last 12 minutes of the ball game?
Well, a couple of things is keep your head when you're in the game and don't do silly things that will hurt your ball club. And the Rams in complete control. We look at these numbers, Grant. The Rams have 27 carries for 101 yards. Cole Duggar is 10 of 18 for 187 yards, 288 total yards in the game through 3 quarters for Owasso. Broken Arrow 31 carries for 127 yards, only 4 of 8 passing for 15 yards. As we get ready for a 35-yard field goal, it's up, and this one's no good.
No good.
As it's going to be short and wide right, so the Ram defense comes up and holds again.
28-17. They were kicking that one on 4th and 6 as Steve was giving the stats.
They had the 34-yard field goal earlier, so I understand why Coach Alexander was going to try to do that one, but that was a knuckleball that went up about I don't know. He didn't get the height on it that he wanted, and it went about 40 yards. It was a 45-yard field goal. They were kicking it from the 35.
So that'll leave Owasso to take over 1st and 10 on their own 20, Steve. And
offensively for the Rams, Isaiah Jacobs has 18 carries for 90 yards and 2 touchdowns. Peyton Lusk, who's become a force, especially here in the second half, 4 receptions for 88 yards, 2 of those big ones on the touchdown drive where he made the touchdown catch.
Man in motion to the left, that's Ronnie Thomas. Handoff, Isaiah Jacobs. Up the middle he goes to the 22-yard line, maybe the 23. That should bring up 2nd and 7 now for the Owasso Rams, who took over 1st and 10 from the 20 after the field goal attempt.
Penalty yardage in the game really not a factor per se, as Owasso has done pretty well, only committing 3 penalties for 25 yards. Broken Arrow 4 penalties for 40 yards, as Isaiah Jacobs is down on the field after that carry.
28-17 your score if you're just joining us.
Appears to be just cramps.
Owasso leading Broken Arrow into the 4th quarter, 11:37 left to go in this ball game. And, Steve, I tell you, with the win that was taken out of Owasso's cells, it's remarkable that they've come as far as they have to put this lead on.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a back-and-forth contest. You expect it out of 2 heavyweights like these 2 ball clubs. And really, I think the biggest surprise for me, or the pleasant surprise, is this Owasso defense being able to withstand and, took a punch in the mouth early on that long drive by Broken Arrow, something we kind of expected they could do. But now this Ram defense, Coach Bobby Klink, defensive coordinator, has done a fantastic job of making adjustments. And Broken Arrow really on their heels, and they missed that last field goal. Rams maintain this 11-point lead, 28-17, as we see Isaiah Jacobs slip off the field as he cramped up on that last carry, so we'll want to keep an eye on him. Coming in to run will be Hagan Hood, a 5'8", 165-pound junior. He gets his first carry.
Hood up the middle. He'll get to the 23-yard line, the line of scrimmage, and no further, and that'll bring up a third down here. 11:20 left to go in the ball game, 28-17. Owasso leading it by 11 if you're just joining us.
Broken Arrow defensive line starting to get up slowly off the turf now. As we mentioned, they like to go to 4 down linemen to 3. Now they do a 3-3 stack.
Trips to the right, twins to the left, empty backfield behind our quarterback, Duggar. He'll get to the 30-yard line, and he'll get the first down as he got up to about the 32 before he was brought down and brought back by a group of Tiger defenders, but that should be good enough to move up the chains for another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down. 10:48 left to play, clock ticking with Owasso on top, 28-17. Thank you for being with us tonight here on 100.1 KYFM and on the Owasso Sports Network. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry, Kelly Ward, and Rob Williams along with you tonight. Taking the snap, Duggar, man in motion to the right, that's Thomas. Handoff, Hagan Hood up the middle, gets to the 35, up to the 37-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play will bring up second down and 5, Steve.
Ram offensive line really moving people out up front. Hood wasn't even touched till he was about 4 yards past the line of scrimmage.
Second down, 6 to go.
A little bit different running style than Isaiah Jacobs. Isaiah carries about an extra 40 pounds, but Hood with some real quickness, very patient, and then just darts right through the middle of the line. And the Rams, I think they'll be fairly content to be just move the football on the ground.
Duggar with twins to the right now, takes the snap off the left hash mark, drops back to throw and slings it up to the left side, aiming for Peyton Lusk, who was split out to the 40-yard line. That one falls incomplete, and that'll bring up third down at 6.
Yeah, that pass just got away from Cole Duggar a little bit as it was low and away. And now we're going to see Broken Arrow go to a nickel package here on defense.
9:37 left to go here. Third down and 5. Twins out to each side of the line. Duggar off the left hash mark. Ready to take the snap with Hood next to him. Dropping back to throw. Duggar slings it up the middle of the field, connecting with Lusk. He's brought down at the 43-yard line. Move up those chains. That's another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down.
Both players are still down. Peyton Lusk and then getting up slowly for Broken Arrow. I'm trying to see who that is. Maybe Jalen Moss.
Lusk is down, kind of on his knees, hunched over.
I think they both just met at the same time in the air and knocked the air out of each player.
Yeah, mid-air collision there. So while they tend to him, we'll take a 30-second timeout. 9 minutes, 30 seconds left to play. In this one, it's Owasso 28, Broken Arrow 17. This is the Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl and Owasso Ram football presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM. Back after this.
Out of him. He's had a great game here tonight, including that touchdown catch. That was phenomenal.
So that'll bring up first down and 10 for the Owasso Rams from the 43-yard line.
Been a nice drive here so far. 9:22 to go here in the fourth quarter.
And now Duggar taking the snap, a reverse play as they get it into the hands of a ball carrier there, down to the 30, 25, 20. He's still on his feet. 15, 10, 5, touchdown Owasso Rams. Cole Adams, ladies and gentlemen, give him 6. It's 34-17. 9:09 left to play here.
The freshman on a reverse goes to the far side of the field. Looked like he's going to be run out of bounds. He stops, cuts back inside to the middle of the field, and scores the Rams another touchdown as they extend their lead here in the fourth quarter. Point after attempt is pending.
And now William Feltz ready to try the point after to see if he can put it through the uprights. We'll see what he can do here. The hold, the kick, it is up through the uprights and good. And Owasso takes a 35-17 lead with 9:09 left to go in this one. Hang on, we've got a great one ahead. Back after this 30-second timeout, you're listening to Owasso Ram football from the Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl on 100.1 KYFM. This one, 35-17, our score. Owasso leading Broken Arrow, and much like the Hebrews fleeing Egypt, the Broken Arrow fans are trotting out of the stadium tonight. And I'm telling you,
I thought it was just a big gust of wind coming through here, Grant, but it's all the BA crowd leaving. There's 9:09 to go here in the fourth quarter.
You can't count either of these teams out, even with 9:09 left to go, but it is sure looking good for Owasso tonight as Johnson back deep to receive for the Broken Arrow Tigers, and that is Jalen Johnson. So they'll get up, tee it up at the 40-yard line, and Hagan Hood gets set to kick it from left to right here. He has had a history of kicking it short in this ball game. End-over-end kick is going to be fielded at the 25-yard line, brought back to the 30, 35, 40, up to the 42-yard line is where they'll mark it down. And that's where it'll be first and 10 for the Broken Arrow Tigers. 9:04 left to play. Owasso leading it by 18, 35-17. First and 10 from the 41. So Broken Arrow moving right to left. Trips out to the left. And Raines, the quarterback, sending a man in motion to the right. That's Isaiah Keller. Raines ready to take the snap here. Drops back to throw. Looks to dial up a receiver. Slinging it left side. His intended receiver is pummeled at the 45-yard line. And just like that, that'll be a 5-yard gain for Broken Arrow. But man, oh man, the wide receiver that was pummeled there, I believe that was Dillard, Torrey Dillard. He was stopped dead in his tracks.
I'm enjoying watching the play away from the play. These guys are going after one another.
Second down and 5. Twins to the left this time. Off the left hash mark, Raines handing off first man
Boom,
through.
Brendan Dye says not any further than this.
Brought down by the brigade, ladies and gentlemen.
He is fired up. That's why he's wearing a single-digit number.
That was Tolbert on the carry. And Brendan Dye saying never say die tonight.
My goodness, he has grown so much in 1 year. Remember, he got thrown into the mix when Keon Hay was injured last year, and he just looked like he was lost for a little bit. But I'm telling you what, he has worked hard and become a mainstay leader of this Ram defense.
Trips to the right this time. Rains off the left hash mark, dropping back to throw. He'll scramble to the left, still in trouble, hit by a defender at the 46-yard line and making that stop. Making that stop there for Owasso. Looks like that was Hayden Grant. That'll bring up 4th down and 4. And we'll see what Broken Arrow decides to do right here.
I'm a little surprised, Grant, and I don't think Raines saw his receiver, but the tight end went down about 6 or 7 yards and was waving his hands and was open, and I'm just not sure Raines has the confidence to make a throw in the middle of the field right now, this Ram secondary.
4th down and 5. Broken Arrow set to kick it away here. 7:07 left to go. Owasso leading at 35-17. If you're just joining us, here comes the kick.
Oh, I thought he had a fake on.
And now it's going to be bouncing back into the 2-yard line.
He drew it back. It bounced. It almost broke the plane of the goal line, which wouldn't have mattered. But it drew back. Well, about like your 7-iron out at Bailey Golf Ranch.
That's why they won't let me onto the Patriots, Steve. They've seen me.
Well, there's other reasons, but we'll say that one there is one. So,
here I am pumping the Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl.
Oh, yeah, we got to be good to
I
them.
can't even get on the golf course out there. Well, I do appreciate Zach Harbaugh, who bought me lunch there, even though Steve Mowry has offered to several times and has not followed through. So.
Well, I will someday.
Zach Harbaugh, of course, our sponsor from Duralast Roofing. 6:52 our score, or our time left in the game, our score, 35-17.
Got to be careful of a safety here.
Ready to take the snap as Duggar flags flying as they get that off.
So we're going to lose about 14 inches back to our goal line.
Oh, my.
So the last 3 drives for Owasso have gone 80 yards, 79 yards, and 80 yards in what many believe might be the best defense in Class 6A. That's pretty good offensive power by the Owasso Rams here tonight with 35 points on the board and 6:51 left to go in this ball game.
You know, when I see us sitting on the 1-yard line, I have to say I do have a cautionary flashback to when Bentonville West was in this position, and they were knocked back into their own end zone, and we pounced on it for a touchdown. But we were able to, on that last play, push forward about 2 yards, so that'll get us at least maybe to the 3. They call it the 2. 6:32 left to play. 2nd down.
I think the Rams are going to take a timeout here.
Probably a well-needed one here.
No, they're going to switch players. That was just a player switch. 17 seconds on the play clock, so plenty of time. Be interesting to see if Coach Blankenship wants to try to throw out of the end zone. I wouldn't be afraid of it at this point. Offense has been in a great rhythm for most of this ball game.
Not a whole lot to lose by doing so as Duggar drops back to throw. He tries to sling it over to the right side where Lusk was split out. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10. 6:03 left to play here. 35-17 our score. Owasso leading it. If you're just joining us.
So now it's 3rd down. Tell you, I don't feel comfortable punting out of my own end zone. See what the Rams can do here. Maybe move the chains.
Maybe they can remedy that situation here. Duggar with Jacobs next to him.
And we got movement on the right side. It wasn't called.
Now a flag flying as Duggar runs forward, and they try to get him at the 5. He runs past the defender. He'll run out of bounds at the 11, but we got to see what this flag is.
That's going to be procedure against the Rams.
So a precarious situation that they're trying to get out of here. Referees are talking things over. 5:56 left to play, 35-17. Owasso leading it. And I'd like to say hello to the people at Prep Force, the people who determined that this was a national game of the week. And I would also like to say hi to all 4 members of their staff who picked Broken Arrow to win this tonight. It's not over yet, but it's looking good for the Rams.
They made a mistake.
Yeah, I think so. Now we've got a timeout on the field. We'll take one with them. When we come back, it'll be 3rd and 11 as we try to battle from our own 1-yard line. We'll be back right after this 30-second break. You're listening to Owasso Ram football from the Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl on 100.1 KYFM. To Tiger Memorial Stadium in Broken Arrow, where Owasso leads at 35-17 with 5:39 left to go in this one. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry, and Kelly Ward along with you. Rob Williams adding up the stats here. And we go from the 1-yard line, 3rd down and 11. Cole Duggar ready to take the snap to see if he can pass out of the end zone. He'll roll out to the left, slinging it.
Oh, my, that was dangerous. He tried to throw it into the hands of
Isaiah Jacobs, and it went off of his fingertips, and that'll bring up 4th down and 11.
Never want to see the ball batted up anywhere, but particularly inside your own 5-yard line.
Yeah, that could have been dangerous there. So now
4th down.
We'll have to remember that we've had a punt block tonight.
Yeah,
so
the key here is to just kick it somewhere fast.
Kick it as hard as you can.
You know, your defense has played great, so just make sure you
just get it out. Here we go. Well, are they going to go for it here?
No. They were going to quick kick kind of punt. I don't know.
And now we've got another
but
timeout.
It forced Broken Arrow into a timeout. They were not ready for that.
Well, we'll take it with them and be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM. It is Owasso leading Broken Arrow 35-17. 5:33 left to play here in this ball game. 4th and 11 from the 1-yard line. Cole Duggar.
He's going to sprint out. He's going to take
rolling out to the right.
Yep, there we go.
He's going to take the safety right here, and that'll give Broken Arrow 2 points. 35-19. Sometimes taking the safety less risky than doing anything else,
well,
Steve.
You've got a big lead. You've already had one punt blocked. You had another punt that was botched on the snap and the handle. The one thing you're going to do is stretch the field for Broken Arrow, and they have not shown the ability, particularly in this second half, to establish a drive, and you'd much rather give up 2 points than 7 points. 5:27 to go here in the 4th period. Rams lead 35-19, so right now, you look at that, I'm fine with that. I think that's a brilliant play call by Coach Blankenship, and get your ball club out of the shadows of the end zone and out where you can at least give your defense an opportunity.
Let's be grateful that we're in a position where we have 2 points to give.
Right.
5:27 left to play. Owasso will kick it away here. They'll line it up at the 20-yard line. And Owasso watching as Broken Arrow sends Jalen Johnson back deep to receive for the Tigers. 5:27 left to go, as Steve mentioned. 35-19 our score. Feltz lining up for the kick as they tee it up at the 20. Getting some men in place here in the line. And Hagen Hood is going to try the onside kick here. It's going to bounce, and it will be fielded at the 50-yard line to the 45-40. Breaking through at the 31-yard line is Torrey Dillard. That's where he'll be brought down, and Broken Arrow will have it first and 10. So now another opportunity here, Steve, for the Owasso defense to step it up. This one's not over yet.
Check with Rob Williams. I think we were notified that BA only has 2 first downs since the first quarter.
That was some information that was given to us.
Yeah.
And Rob Williams says yes.
Got to send an assist out to Mike Lambert.
And now we've got a player down on the field that we need to tend to. While they tend to him, we'll take a 30-second break and be back right after this, listening to Owasso Ram football on KYFM.
Okay, team. First Bank's 2020 strategic marketing plan. Who has ideas? Rambo. That's a brilliant idea. That's why we have you on our team, Rambo.
What just happened?
Can you hear it? It's the sound of hope and health and strength. It's the sound of compassion, of open doors, where people and machines are in tune and miracles occur. It's the sound of personalized healthcare and active communities. It sounds like life, and it's what you hear when you really listen.
Able to score, but boy, the Ram defense has just played out of their minds in this second half.
Raines on the left hash mark, ready to take the snap here. Drops back to throw, looks to dial up a receiver.
Yeah.
His pass falls incomplete, and that'll bring up second down. 5:17 left to play here, 2nd and 10 from the 31.
Raines just has not shown the ability to be able to throw the ball consistently, and if that's what BA is going to rely upon, you look for the Rams to maybe come up with an interception.
They've been good at that this year for sure.
Rams with no turnovers in the ball game.
Twins to the right, one man split to the left. Back to throw. Back to throw is Raines, looking in trouble. He'll scramble to the left. He'll run out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and that'll be a 8-yard gain to bring up 3rd down and 2. Or 2nd down and 2.
They're moving the chains.
Oh, they're moving the chains. It's a first down. Sorry about that.
They gave him that extra yard.
Thought that he was just shy, so, well, I stand corrected, as I do many times per ball game. So.
Okay. Try to keep him in bounds. The main thing right now, we want to keep the clock running.
1st and 10. Raines from the left hash mark, ready to take the snap. He'll drop back to throw. Looking to dial up a receiver. In trouble. He's going to be brought down at the 19-yard line. So a gain of only 2 on the play will bring up 2nd down and
that keeps
8
the clock
yards.
running.
4:54 left to go here. Owasso 35, Broken Arrow 19.
Got quiet on this side, didn't it?
Well, half of them left.
Yeah.
So with Twins to the right, one man split to the left, taking the snap here is a new quarterback, Dodd. They're going to fumble the football.
They're going to say he was down.
Oh, okay. They brought him down at the 14-yard line. So we'll see what Seth Dodd could do at the quarterback
We're going to have an
position.
injury timeout as well. The Broken Arrow player is still on the ground. He's hurt.
So we'll see what's going on here. We'll take a 30-second break and be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football, 100.1 KYFM.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
Hi, I'm Dr. Naveen Colombia, orthopedic surgeon with Tulsa Bone and Joint in Owasso. The big thing is that we're here, we're local, and our goals are to provide a quick appointment, but spend time with each patient to explain everything that's going on. We are the official physicians of the Owasso Rams, but we're real excited and very proud to serve the community in Owasso and the surrounding area. Tulsa Bone and Joint obviously has a great reputation in the region. We bring all of that power here to Owasso.
Raines is back in the ball game after letting Dodd take a snap here. Handoff, first man through, is going to get down to the 11-yard line, down to the 10. And that'll be another first down for the Broken Arrow Tigers.
We got a flag on the far side. It's going to be a personal foul on somebody. Maybe after the play. This one may go against Broken Arrow. Hayden Grant was involved in the scrum again, though.
Yeah. That's been a commonality tonight, hasn't it? Hayden has been where the action is for sure. Third down, 4 yards to go. And that's going to turn into a penalty for Broken Arrow that's going to bring them back to about the 25-yard line. That's where they're marking it off to, the 26, actually.
Yeah.
So first and 10 from the 20, or first and 15 from the 26-yard line.
If the Tigers had any hopes of getting back in this, that penalty is huge with under 4 minutes to go, and forces them into what would appear to be a passing situation, and they have not shown the ability to be able to do that effectively here this evening.
Trips to the right, Raines off the left hash mark. Ready to take the snap here. Dropping back to throw, Raines looking, and he's pummeled. Wow! What a stop there by Ahmad Triplett of the Rams as he just hits him like a Mack truck.
You know, and we've said this about so many players tonight. Ahmad has had a fantastic game, but this Ram defense has come out with a purpose tonight.
Goodness gracious.
That's fun.
Second down and 16. Twins to each side of the line here. Raines off the left hash mark, dropping back to throw, looking, slings it up the field, and it's intercepted by Triplett. Back to the 50, back to the 45-40. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, one down at the 3-yard line. Oh, my goodness. What an interception. What a run the other way. Ahmad Triplett almost to the end zone. Wow. 3:05 left to play here.
Boy, that cleared the BA crowd out of here. The Ram fans who came in contention tonight are all excited. They're all still here. We're having fun over in Broken Arrow.
We may have the place to ourselves here in about 30 seconds.
Shouldn't be a traffic jam on the way home, that's for sure.
Well, I think there are actually more people over here at the Casey's General Store than there are at the ball game. Someone get a camera on the fuel pumps over there. It's a madhouse. 3:05 left to play, and from the 3-yard line into the end zone goes Hagan, or again to the end zone go the Owasso Rams, touchdown, and just like that, put 6 on the board. It's 41-19.
It was Hagan Hood.
It was Hagan Hood. Yes, he marched right in there. He didn't have the ball in his hands. He dropped it right after he scored the touchdown. So I thought that was Hagan, but anyway, they put him in and they gave him 6, and so it's 41-19 with 3 minutes left to play. And if the interception didn't clear the Broken Arrow stands, that touchdown did. Here's the kick. The point after attempt is up through the uprights and good. 42-19 our score. 3:01 left to play. We're back after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram football on KYFM. Faithful foul out, and Owasso takes a 42-19 lead. I'm Grant Merrill, along with an ecstatic and giddy Steve Mowry.
It is fun.
Kelly Ward down on the sidelines. He will hopefully have an ecstatic and giddy Bill Blankenship after the ball game. And
I'm going to guess Coach B will be in a little bit more receptive mood to visit with Kelly. And
Kelly just sent me a message, and in that nice pastoral way put, Coach B was not in the mood to talk. So we'll, I'm sure, have a great interview with him after the ball game tonight. As with 3:01 left to go, Owasso looking here at a 23-point lead and maybe a 23-point win. Who would have saw that coming?
No.
Here's the kick. It's end over end toward the 30-yard line, picked up by the Tigers. They'll get up to the 38, 39.
Just puts his face mask to face mask and wrestles the returner down to the ground.
That was Isaiah Keller on the return there for the Broken Arrow Tigers. 1st and 10. Their own 39-yard line, moving from right to left.
I believe that's 4 turnovers tonight for this Broken Arrow Tiger Ball Club. 3 fumbles and then that interception. We talked about it in the pregame. This type of ball game, the team that makes those kind of mistakes is usually the one that comes out on the short end, and the Rams have made the Tigers pay for it tonight.
So, Raines, the quarterback, hands off, first man through is going to get smashed up there at about the 40-yard line. Union has taken a 35-20 lead over Jinx. The 0-2 Redskins probably getting their first win tonight in their big rivalry game. Here, 2nd down and 7 with 2:26 left to play in the clock running. Owasso leading at 42-19 over Broken Arrow. Raines, offset eye, hand off to the tailback. He'll try to bust up the middle, and he'll get to the 45, no further.
So he gets out of it.
He does get to the further. And now he's off for a trying to make a touchdown
Gage
run.
Laney caught him.
And Gage Laney says, I don't think so. He's going to pull him down from behind. And on the run there was Sanchez Banks, as he'll get down to the 16. So I thought he had gotten down and no further. I think you did too. And then he just kind of busted out of that defensive coverage.
The whole Ram defense thought he was down, and he popped out and was in the clear. Gage Laney showing good speed, didn't give up on the play, and chases him down from behind.
He popped out like a bull out of the rodeo chute. Handoff is to Sanchez Banks, tries to take it up the middle again. He'll get about a 3-yard gain there. Up to the 12 he goes. Make it a 4-yard gain.
We got to start thinking about a player of the game.
Oh, man.
They are everywhere tonight.
McDonald's may be out of burgers by the time we vote for all of our people. Because it's not nights like this you want to give it to all of them.
Right.
Hand off, first man through, up the left side, down to the 5-yard line. Flags flying as Sanchez Banks has.
I think we may have a hold on a Broken Arrow, and that's going to back them back up.
So that's going to send them back. That little Banks kid is Where was he earlier in the ball game? He's actually looking pretty good for Broken Arrow tonight. Running back, he's 5'10", 205 pounds.
Just a junior.
55 seconds left as Owasso will go to 3-0 and should be the number 1 team in the state, I would think.
Yep.
Handoff, first man through, gets up to the 16, no further. And now there's probably time for one more play in this ball game. Bust out your foam fingers, folks. We're number 1. Owasso's going to go on to win this one by 23 points tonight, unless Broken Arrow just does something in this last 18 seconds. Rains the quarterback, handing off, first man through, gets down to the 15, down to the 10, down to the 5.
There's a block in the back. That's going to
flag on the play.
That's just too wide open. Gage Laney was coming in for the tackle, and he just got crunched in the back. That'll back him up.
That's going to bring up third down here with 4 seconds left to go. Owasso's going to win either way.
Yeah.
And we can call this a ball game, but what the score is going to be depends on this next play here. If Broken Arrow tries to punch it in one more time.
No, they're done. Clock's run out.
And they're going to let this one roll out. Owasso claims the first ever Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl with a 42-19 win over the Broken Arrow Tigers. And I don't think anybody saw a win of this magnitude coming. What a ball game, Steve, as we'll try to get Kelly and Bill Blankenship here in just a second.
The fireworks for us. They're really nice here to do that.
Broken Arrow for giving us a fireworks show. So obviously somebody over there with the quick trigger is happy about the Owasso win tonight. So anyway, let's go down to Kelly Ward on the sideline. Kelly, what a win tonight. I tell you, if Bill Blankenship wasn't ready to talk to you at the half, he ought to be ready to talk to you now.
I would imagine so. He is celebrating at the moment with the team and talking to the coaches and things. So what a game, and it is so loud out here, Grant. It is an incredible, exciting win for the Owasso Rams on a night that crazy night. I'm going to give Coach here. Coach, you got 30 seconds. Can you tell me what you think about the game? It was like a game where kids just get through. We dug a big hole, special team. Like, you know, the clock and then the gun, we walk yourself. Like, just really, that's on me. Our kids get great otherwise. Yeah, and at half, I mean, it felt like that the error is just taken out of all of us in the team, and you included, and then you went into halftime, and what did you tell the team? Frankly, I said that one was on me. I mismanaged the clock at the end, or we should have had the ball. Right. Got a little greedy on some points. Let's just keep doing what we're doing, but the execution was pretty good. I would agree with that. Persistence, Coach. We appreciate you. Thank you. Have a great night. Grant, Steve, what a game. People here were just shouting number one on this side as the Owasso Rams, number 2, defeated number 1 here in Oklahoma.
All right, Kelly Ward down on the sideline. Come on up to the press box. We'll talk here in a bit as he is down on the sidelines roaming around tonight. We're still getting a big fireworks show here, Steve.
Yeah, that's nice of the Glover family and the Folds of Honor to have that here as the fans get ready to leave the field. The Owasso Rams going over in front of the band and finishing this out. An exciting night as we finish what we call our preseason play 3-0. The Rams will probably move up to number 1. That's fun on paper. I'm not as excited about that. I like being in the number 2 or 3 spot, but number 1 feels good. But I tell you what, this game tonight, it didn't turn out the way I thought it would. I thought the Rams would win, but I did not think they would win in this kind of dominating fashion. You come in to the home field of the defending Class 6A champions. They had a 14-game winning streak, and the Rams come in. They took a couple of big punches in that first half, but I tell you what I'm seeing with this ball club, right now, Grant, is this coaching staff can make halftime adjustments and come out and just incredible job by the coaching staff and what they did here. I've got Broken Arrow being held to 5 points in the second half, and basically 3 as the Rams gave them 2 points on that safety where Cole Duggar runs out of bounds.
All right, we've got a lot to do for our First United Bank Mortgage Group Ram recap when we come back. We'll name a McDonald's player of the game. We'll go over a J & Company certified public accountants by the number stats update. We'll wrap this puppy up from Broken Arrow tonight. You're now number 1, Owasso Rams, 42. Broken Arrow, 19. Back in 3 minutes. This is Owasso Ram football on 100.1 KYFM.
We've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. Is there anything else I can do for you today, Rambo?
Yes.
All right. Well, I wish you the best of luck on the game tonight. Go Rams!
Okay, team. First Bank's 2020 strategic marketing plan. Who has ideas? Rambo. That's a brilliant idea. That's why we have you on our team, Rambo.
What just happened?
Can you hear it? It's the sound of hope and health and strength. It's the sound of compassion, of open doors, where people and machines are in tune and miracles occur. It's the sound of personalized healthcare and active communities. It sounds like life, and it's what you hear when you really listen.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
Hi, I'm Dr. Naveen Colombia, orthopedic surgeon with Tulsa Bone and Joint in Owasso. The big thing is that we're here, we're local, and our goals are to provide a quick appointment, but spend time with each patient to explain everything that's going on. We are the official physicians of the Owasso Rams, but we're real excited and very proud to serve the community in Owasso and the surrounding area. Tulsa Bone and Joint obviously has a great reputation in the region. We bring all of that power here to Owasso.
Well, the Rams finish up with 163 yards on the ground, 209 yards through the air. Cole Duggar, 11 of 20 on the night. No interceptions, 3 games. He's yet to throw an interception. Fantastic job by Duggar. On the other side, Broken Arrow tries to pound it on the ground 42 times for 215 yards. They were only 5 of 11 in the passing game with 1 interception for 20 yards. 372 yards for the Owasso Rams, 235 for the Broken Arrow Tigers. The Rams did lose a fumble early on, and turnovers were a big key, a big part in this ball game, as Broken Arrow lost a couple of fumbles as well. Penalties in the game, not much of a factor, none at critical times. Here's an interesting stat is Broken Arrow had 10 minutes of time of possession more than the Owasso Rams, 28 to 19 minutes. Usually when you see a team control the football that long, that is reflected in the score, but not tonight, as the Rams able to dominate and score quickly and often. They were 4 of 11 on third down, and Broken Arrow 5 of 12 on third down as well. Looking at the individual leaders for Broken Arrow, as we mentioned, they like to go running back by committee. Tolbert had 16 carries for 62 yards. Johnson 11 carries for 54 yards. Banning 1 attempt for 1 yard, and then Raines really did a good job in the first quarter as he extended a couple of drives on long critical runs for the Tigers, finishes with 56 yards. As we mentioned, 5 of 11 in the passing game, and really just did not see any confidence in Broken Arrow's ability to pass tonight. I was a bit surprised. Not that they did not throw very much, but that they were not very accurate or just didn't seem to be in sync right now with this quarterback as he is intercepted by Ahmad Triplett there in the fourth quarter, who returns an interception 71 yards down to the 3-yard line before it is punched in by Hagan Hood, and then receiving on those five completions, 4 were to Dillard for 11 yards, and then only 1 to Isaiah Keller. I thought he was really going to be a problem for the Rams tonight, but our corners did a fantastic job in just really Deuce Mayberry and Omar Barker just took him out of the ball game, and I really think that kind of was a broken wing for the Tigers. For the Rams on the other side, another great night for Isaiah Jacobs, 19 carries for 93 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cole Duggar had 7 carries for 25 yards. Cole Adams, the freshman, comes in for a carry. Just carried it one time, but he carried it 43 yards for a touchdown. So it's exciting to watch him run. In the passing game, I mean, what we would call modest numbers for Cole Duggar, but very good numbers. Mario Kirby had 1 reception for 49 yards. But that 1 reception was for a touchdown.
Yes.
And then you had Peyton Lusk with 5 receptions, 110 yards and a touchdown, and Keelan Carney with 2 receptions for 18 yards. So the Rams really in dominating fashion. That does not reflect the dominance of the defense that they had here tonight, except the low numbers for Broken Arrow. 20 yards in the passing game. I tell you what, I got to tip my hat to the Owasso Ram coaches, number one, for having this team prepared for this type of ball game tonight, and also for the game plan that they had on the offensive and defensive sides. Had a little bit of adversity there at the end of the first half with the block punt for the end of the end zone, and then you come back out and you botch a punt to start the second half. No panic, no anxiety. The Rams just come out and begin to execute, and they maintain the momentum. Broken Arrow had an opportunity on that botched punt to be able to get a touchdown, and the Rams held them to a field goal. And we said at that point in time, if BA comes out with a field goal, you kind of got to feel like that's a victory for the Rams, and it was, as they held the Tigers to that field goal and then a safety in the entire second half.
Again, 42-19, the final score. The Owasso Rams will move to number 1 in the great state of Oklahoma tonight as they knock off the reigning state champion Broken Arrow Tigers. And if you're just joining us, what a ball game that we have had tonight. It was just an outstanding play. And, to put it in perspective, here's 2 weeks in a row that the odds have been stacked against Owasso. You've had pundits from the state of Arkansas picking against Owasso last week, picking the Fayetteville Purple Dogs, which, give them their due. They are one of the premier programs in the state of Arkansas, but Owasso comes out and just shellacks them 51-19. And now tonight, people thought that Owasso had a chance of winning this, but it might be a down-to-the-wire ball game where we win by a field goal or win by a touchdown, and we come out and win it by 23 points tonight. I don't think anybody, not even us, saw that coming. And now you look to the future. the expectations are now higher than ever, and we've got a bigger target on our back as, now the team to beat in Class 6A1.
Well, anytime Owasso and Broken Arrow face each other on the football field, it's a scrum. Broken Arrow is always going to come in and be very physical and try to push you around. And when they don't get their way, typically they get frustrated and they don't have any other options. And that was the case here tonight. They didn't have the athletic quarterbacks as far as comparison to last year. There's no Noah Cortez. There's no Zach Marcelli. You lose some very athletic ball players that were ball players that carried them to a state championship.
I told Bill Blankenship, I said, I bet you would have volunteered to give Noah Cortez his diploma yourself.
Yeah, and you just don't replace those caliber of ball players, much like Owasso a couple years ago when you lose a Josh Proctor, a Wayne Jones, and Will Keeney. I mean, you just don't plug in next man up and get the same results. But I tell you what, I think we saw the Owasso Ball Club we were hoping we would see here tonight. Offensively, defensively, you go back, I think two things that Coach Blankenship's going to want to clean up. Penalties, a couple stupid penalties in this ball game that can hurt your ball club if it's in a close ball game. Special teams, a lot of work needs to be done on special teams for this ball club to continue to make a run because we've had 2 block punts in 3 games that have been recovered in the end zone for touchdowns, and we give up too much field position, and I think they're going to work out some things on the kickoff as well. But outside of that, this Ram Ball Club, they got things going in the right direction, and as far as we know, unless we hear from Coach Blankenship on his coach's show, looked to me like the Rams came out tonight relatively healthy.
Absolutely, and hopefully they will stay that way. Well, it's time, as we do each week, to pick a McDonald's play of the game, brought to you by your 3 Owasso McDonald's locations. 76th Street, which will actually reopen, the dining room reopening next week after an extensive remodel, and we'll, of course, have more information on that coming up this week on InsideOwasso.com, also in the Owasso Walmart and at Highway 20 and Highway 169. And after much debate here in the press box, we looked at the numbers, and there wasn't any debate at all. It was Peyton Lusk is our player of the game tonight, and he put up some pretty impressive numbers to gain that accolade, Steve.
Yeah, 5 receptions for 110 yards and the touchdown. Of course, each week, Grant, we got like 10 people who could do that. I mean, the whole Ram defense tonight could have been selected as that. These guys are just playing phenomenal, but we're going to go with Peyton Lusk, had the big touchdown, 2 big receptions on that touchdown drive, and caps it off with a fantastic catch as the Rams come out victorious tonight, 42-19 over the defending state champion Broken Arrow Tigers.
All right, anything we've missed tonight here at Memorial Stadium, Steve?
We'll be off next week, so we'll take a break, and then we open up district play against the Union Redskins, who we think won tonight in the Backyard Bowl down at Union Tuttle over the Jinx Trojans. 2 teams that coming out of the gate looked like they were really struggling, so it'll be interesting. You come off a big win like this, that can be a bit of a trap game, even though it's back home at Owasso. So,
Yeah.
Coach has got a lot of work to do.
It's a final. Union beats Jinx tonight 35-20. In the Backyard Bowl. Of course, we have our 42-19 win. Stillwater over Norman North tonight, 55-14. Westmore beats Southmore 46-7. Mustang beating Edmond Santa Fe 24-21, the final there tonight. Norman beating Deer Creek 49-7. Putnam City North beating Putnam City West 68-7 here in Class 6A. And of course, we'll have, I know we will be joining here the K1 1400 scoreboard show here in just a few minutes. 10, I believe they go till at least 11 o'clock tonight with all of the scores, as of course Max Gross and some of those, and Garrett Giles and Evan Farbach will be hosting that here in the next few minutes. But again, our final score here, 42-19. So we've had a blast doing it tonight, Steve. And
been fun.
Of course, I guess we get 2 weeks off here.
Yep.
So I don't know what you're going to do with yourself next Friday night, but whatever it is, enjoy it.
probably spend it with family.
I figure you will.
Yeah.
Might be the last time we see him until December.
I enjoy that part too.
All right. Well, for our sideline man Kelly Ward, for Steve Mowry, for Rob Williams, for sports legend Chris Lincoln, who showed up unannounced at halftime and ended up spending some time on the air with us, the voice of ABC college football in the 1970s and 80s and the Kentucky Derby. I appreciate him dropping by. Brandon Brewer, Brock Crawford, and all of our Owasso sports media crew. I'm Grant Merrill, again repeating the final score: Owasso 42, Broken Arrow 19. Until 2 weeks from tonight. Good night. God bless you. And thanks for listening. This is Owasso Rams football presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM.